and Damian James. So those are your matchups defensively.
Fair enough. Your opening tip brought to you by your neighborhood Brahms Ice Cream and Dairy Stores. Brahms gives you more, in Texas in its road burnt orange with white numbers and Texas across the chest wins a tip. They'll be working right in front of us from right to left on your radio dial. Here's a three-pointer from the right wing, taken and missed. Rebound to Oklahoma State as Abrams missed the shot, and the Cowboys will have the ball for the first time.
He looked a little tentative going up on that shot. Again, this atmosphere may be able to play on the young guys that they've got on this Texas squad, but Cowboys have to get off to a good start, something they didn't do against Kansas.
Oklahoma State with a basketball. Boggan left side, 18-footer, missed strong. Tip by Marcus Dove is good.
Man alive, he went a long way to get that tip over a defender.
Augustine dribbles quickly into the front court. Hands it off to Mason, right wing. Dribbles up to the top of the key. Right wing, it goes back to Augustine. 2-0 Oklahoma State to James. Right low post, Durant draws the double team. Kicks it back out, top of the key to Augustine. Crosses over, dribbles into the lane, leans in. Shot blocked by Eaton, and we'll have a tie ball whistled by our referee, Scott Thornley, and a possession arrow will favor Oklahoma State.
Well, that was a sweet defensive move right there by Byron Eaton. Augustine gave him all his best moves, spins, crossovers, and Eaton was right there to force the tie-up.
Oklahoma State 2, Texas nothing. Cowboys in their home white uniforms with orange numbers and black trim. JamesOn Curry has it for the Cowboys. Top of the key to Marcus Dove. Right wing Terrel Harris. Defended man-to-man. Throws it to Curry between the two circles. JamesOn with the ball waist high. Finds Marcus Dove on the left wing outside the arc. Durant defends him. 8 to shoot. Top of the key to Harris. Spins on the dribble. Now backs away. Left corner Boggan. Fakes. Hands it back to Harris. Left wing for three. Clangs off the back of the rim, and Durant all alone for the rebound for Texas. Outlet pass to Augustine. Dribbles into the front court. Left wing, it comes to Abrams. Top of the key left to Mason. Attacks a goal on the drive and lays it in.
Mason just went around that high post pick right there. He didn't need much space. Put it on the floor. Boy, did he get to the rim in a hurry.
Yes, he did. Tie game at 2. Oklahoma State with the ball. Right low post, it goes to Boggan. Turns, faces, shoots a 10-footer. It pinballed out. Rebound Texas. Longhorns counterattack. Outlet pass to Augustine. Down the floor, left wing to Abrams. Back to Augustine. Left corner Mason. Top of the key, left side to Abrams. Hands it back to Mason, left wing. Top of the key, James. Lob underneath, popped by Durant, goes up, shot blocked by Dove, but Marcus whistled for the foul, and that will send the conference leading scorer and rebounder, 6'9" freshman Kevin Durant, to the free throw line for 2.
And not a bad free throw shooter as well, 86% on the year, 93% in conference play, just missed 2 free throws in 27 attempts, and that's, again, one of the plays they like to run. They isolated the right side of the floor and got Durant on Marcus Dove down low.
And he makes the first free throw, and Texas takes its first lead 3-2 with 17:48 left to play in the first half.
Some people might be wondering where Kenny Cooper is. Or Kenny suffering a little strep throat. He may play tonight, but he didn't start.
Second free throw missed, and the Cowboys get the rebound. 3-2, Texas with a lead. Byron Eaton dribbles into the front court, the sophomore point guard for the Cowboys. Now left wing, it goes to Harris outside the arc. Takes Mason on the drive, falls down with it. Ball knocked away by Texas, out of bounds underneath. Mason knocked it free, and Oklahoma State will inbound it on the left baseline.
Mason pretty solid at 6'2", 185, and Terrell tried to make one move. Mason held his ground. He couldn't get around.
Eaton top of the key. Defended man-to-man by Augustine. 14 to shoot as he backs away onto the perimeter with the dribble. Left wing Harris. Texas goes zone. Top of the key. Curry for 3. Pinballed out. Rebound Mario Boggan. One dribble layup. Good.
And that is one thing they have a hard time doing in that zone is getting on the glass. And Boggan just outfought the one defender for the ball.
4-3 Oklahoma State. Cowboys have 2 putback baskets to account for their 4 points. Here's a 3 by Augustine from the right wing. It's good. The freshman DJ Augustine, a 47% three-point shooter, gives Texas a 6-4 lead. And the Cowboys throw it away. Abrams with a steal. 3-on-1 down the floor to Durant for the power dunk.
And Durant just making the most of that turnover right there. But it looked like JamesOn Curry fell down as he was trying to make a move. Got his feet tied up, and the ball just laid there for them to pick up and head the other way.
8-4, Texas has a lead. Oklahoma State in the front court. Terrel Harris left wing against a Texas man-to-man. Right wing to JamesOn Curry, who has the white headband. Right low post to Harris. Spins to the goal. Face goes up. Layups. A spinner off the glass and in.
That's a pretty sweet move right there, wasn't it? He just made sure all the traffic cleared and kind of corkscrewed his way to the rim.
8-6 Texas. A drive to the basket by Augustine down the right side of the lane, and a foul whistled by umpire Tom O'Neill on Byron Eaton for a hack. Team foul number 2 and the first personal for Eaton.
Boy, it's been a hectic pace right now. Both teams try to get up and down the floor. Both teams want to score points. As you mentioned, the top 2 scoring teams in the conference going at it.
Inbounds to Durant, baseline right. His 10-footer is off the glass and in. 5 quick points for Kevin Durant, and Texas leads 10-6.
What else is new right there? He could score from so many places on the floor. That time he just rose up and shot it over the defender.
Harris in the backcourt almost lost it. Now dribbles across the timeline to the left wing. Finds Eaton top of the key. Fakes a 3. Now drives the lane. Fall away 5-footer. Good.
Byron, little stop and pop. Used his upper body strength to stop the move to the basket. And a nice soft touch from about 10.
Texas 10, Oklahoma State 8. 15:40 left in the first half. James tries to throw it across the lane to Augustine on the right side. It's knocked out of bounds by Oklahoma State.
Entertaining first 4.5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Very rapid pace here in the first 4 minutes and 19 seconds. 15:41 left to play. A timeout on the floor. Texas 10, Oklahoma State 8. More from Stillwater coming up when Cowboy basketball from Host Communications continues.
Both teams off to a good start offensively. Oklahoma State 4 of 8 from the floor. Texas 4 of 5. They've converted the only turnover the Cowboys have made into points. Oklahoma State is 0 for 2 from beyond the arc. Hasn't been to the free throw line. That's going to be a big key tonight for the Cowboys to get there. That in transition points are the staples for this Oklahoma State basketball team this year. Rebounds, the Cowboys have a 4-2 edge. That's a good start there. A couple of fouls called. Byron Eaton has 1. Marcus Dove has 1 for Texas. What else is new? Kevin Durant, 2 for 2 from the field, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. He's leading his team with 5 points, 3 for Augustine as he hit his only trade. They're 4 of 5, 80% on the start. A 1 of 2 from beyond the arc, only 1 turnover. So pretty even first couple of minutes right there. And Mid-First Bank, Cowboy basketball is brought to you by Mid-First Bank. Show you the Cowboy spirit with an OSU check card from Mid-First Bank, more than you'd expect from a bank.
Texas inbounds 10-8. The Longhorns with the lead in the basketball with 15.5 minutes left to play in the first half. Abrams has the pass go off his chest, taken by Eaton down the floor to Curry. Lost control of it going up for the layup, and they say that JamesOn did not have the shot blocked, and it goes out of bounds off the basket support underneath to Texas.
Boy, that was an awkward move to the rim, but they exchanged turnovers. Abrams just looking ahead that time, tried to do something with it before he had it. And that was just a weird play from JamesOn. Looked like he was in good position to lay it in and went right up over the glass.
Augustine drives the right side of the lane, throws it underneath, and a foul called. Damian James fouled from behind as he went up for the shot.
That's, again, the penetration off the dribble. That's the big problem right there. If you get down in the paint, then you can force all kinds of help. That's what happened. Cowboys tried to cut off the drive, and there was James all by himself standing under the rim. But James, again, not a very good free throw shooter.
52% on the year, but he makes the first, and Texas leads 11-8. Texas has 3 great foul shooters, but they're the guys that you'd want to be your great foul shooters. Their 3 leading scorers, Abrams, Durant, and Augustine, all above 80%, and then some very average foul shooters beyond that. As the second free throw pinballed out, James goes 1 for 2, and Texas leads 11-8.
And that's about his average right there, 50%, 1 for 1, and 1 for 2 there.
And a pass to the right wing knocked away from Terrel Harris by Mason out of bounds to Oklahoma State. Texas starts 4 freshmen and a sophomore. The Cowboys right now will make a substitution to their lineup. Eaton with 2 fouls checks out, and Tyler Hatch, 6'6" junior from Fort Worth, Texas, enters the game. Oklahoma State inbounds. Curry foul line left. Pass across the floor, intercepted by Durant. Now a whistle and a foul in the backcourt. Umpire David Howell with the foul call on Terrel Harris.
And that would be Terrell's first. So 2 for Eaton and 1 for Harris, 1 for Dove. And JamesOn Curry's wild pass kind of set that all up right there, trying to make something happen off a blind pass. Cowboys, again, getting a lot of pressure. This athleticism goes a long way, doesn't it, Dave? And you're seeing it on the Texas defensive end tonight.
Texas 11, Oklahoma State 8. Longhorns with the ball. Durant for three, left wing. Line drive missed off the front of the rim. Rebound to JamesOn Curry at the foul line. J.O. feeds a cutter. Boggan for the slam.
What a great pass again by JamesOn. A catch and a flush by Boggan, and the Cowboys on the move.
11-10 Texas. Longhorns quickly down the floor. A miss by Augustine, but a follow put up and in by Damian James as they pushed it down the floor in a hurry. 13-10 Texas. Curry spins to the goal on the other end and lays it off the glass and in.
Oh, that's another great pass right there. Another great play by JamesOn Curry. You got to check James off the glass. We told you he's a dunk artist on missed shots.
13-12 Texas. Longhorns with the ball. Mason bounces it left corner to Abrams, the league's best three-point shooter. Averages 4 threes per game. He crosses over, drives a left baseline, 10-footer, missed short. Rebound knocked around. Now there's a scramble for it. Texas has it. James attacks a goal, but is stripped by Tyler Hatch. Cowboys on the run. Curry pulls up. Foul line jumper. Got it.
That's a shot in the rhythm. But again, Tyler Hatch with the knockaway gets James on in the transition, and the Cowboys with their first lead of the night.
14-13 Oklahoma State. Augustine penetrates, throws it to James, who slams it in.
Again, James is the dunk king. I hate to keep bringing that up, but he doesn't have the conventional buckets. He gets above the rim and takes it with him, and that was a mistake. Cowboys did have a 4-3 lead, so that was their second lead of the game.
15-14. Texas has regained the advantage. Terrel Harris on the right wing, defended by Mason, man-to-man. We've seen zone and man-to-man by Texas. Now Terrell starts to drive, bounces it to Curry, top of the key, 16 to shoot. J.O. gets a screen to his right. They switch defensively. He feeds a cutter Harris, double clutch layup blocked, rebounded by Marcus Dove. Shot clock did not reset. 8 to shoot as Curry has it left wing. Spins on the drive, stripped by Abrams. Abrams with a steal. 5-on-1 for Texas. Top of the key, Abrams gets it back. Finds Augustine between the two circles. Drives the right side, attacks the goal, layup high off the glass and in.
And you see what Augustine can do. And again, they had numbers. It took them a while to make the numbers pay off. And there was 5-on-1, then 5-on-2. But Augustine forced the issue and took it to the rim.
17-14, Texas by 3 with 12.5 minutes left to play in the first half. Both teams shooting the ball in fine fashion so far. Here's Boggan for three, left wing. It clangs off the back of the rim, and James secures a rebound for the Longhorns. Texas could take its biggest lead on this possession of this first half. With 12:15 to play, the Longhorns are up by 3.
I think this pace obviously favors Texas with more people.
And James on the drive called for carrying the basketball.
That might have been bought about 3 or 4 minutes ago when Sean Sutton was telling the officials, hey, watch the carry, watch the carry. And sometimes all you got to do is just kind of bring that to the attention of the official. You may get a call somewhere down the line.
Texas enters J.D. Lewis, a 6'1 junior, into the game from Amarillo, Texas. Basically a designated three-point shooter, partner.
Spot-up guy, catch and shoot. They look for him, and he just gives them just enough, and Ashley is in as well. A couple of guys off the bench.
Ashley's a 6'9 sophomore forward. A foul on the drive. JamesOn Curry dribbling into the paint, and David Hall, one of our umpires, calls a foul against DJ Augustine of Texas.
That's good. You know what? Start forcing the issue a little bit. Perhaps you could get them with some foul problems. Cowboys have their share of fouls here in the early going and trail by 3.
That's the first team foul on Texas so far. Timeout on the floor. 11:58 left to play in the first half. Texas leads Oklahoma State 17-14 here in Stillwater. We'll pause on the Cowboy Radio Network.
Service message from the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
The Cowboys have had a couple of one-point leads. Texas has been up by as many as 4 and lead right now by 3. It's Texas 17, Oklahoma State 14 with 11:54 to go here in a very fast-paced first half. How orange are you? Tasty side of orange? The Rangers Club offers guests the tasty side of orange. The best steaks in town, appealing appetizers, and delicious desserts are just the beginning of an unforgettable dining experience. Be part of the tradition. Make plans today. For reservations or information, call 405-744-2333. Remember, the Ranchers Club for the tasty side of orange. 7 of 13, Oklahoma State in the early going. And Texas at 7-11. Those are 53 and 63% from the floor, respectively. Neither team getting to the free throw line very much. Cowboys have yet to go, and Texas just there 4 times in the early going.
Oklahoma State inbounds. David Mons is checked in for Oklahoma State, 6'8" senior forward/center, who averages 8 points and 5 rebounds per game off the bench. Texas goes zone as the Cowboys rotate the ball against the defense. Mons, foul line left side, top of the key to Curry. Back to Mons, left side, 18-footer. Missed. Rebound, Terrel Harris, right baseline. One dribble, double clutch layup, good.
What a great effort, because he just tapped the ball away from Augustine, who was in a position to bring the rebound down.
Here's Durant for 3, top of the key. It's good. A line drive, but sweet-looking three-point shot from the left side of the key. And Texas goes up 4.
See who wasn't in there again. There was no Marcus Dove on Durant that time, and he just had enough space to knock her down.
Here's Boggan driving the lane, running layup, missed. Rebound, Atchley of Texas. It's Texas 20, Oklahoma State 16. Longhorns in transition. Augustine right wing, right corner to Abrams. Looks inside, nothing available. Throws it back out to Augustine, the freshman point guard, between the two circles.
Watch their spacing when they get these guys on the floor, and they just try to isolate guys like Durant.
Durant dribbles to the left baseline, 5-footer, missed. Rebound, Atchley, follow, good.
Nobody blocked them out. Again, battle of the boards, and right now the Cowboys have a 2-rebound edge, but that offensive board cost them 2 points.
22-16, Texas. A 6-point lead for the Longhorns, their largest so far, and Curry on the drive, hacked by J.D. Lewis of Texas.
You know, I think Oklahoma State would serve them well right now to get in some half-court sets where they try to take it inside. We felt like the edge we might have was to pound it inside against these young guys. They're not the Manekis, they're not the Bodikers, and they certainly are not the Buckmans of the world. So test them inside. Try to get that ball in there, whether it's against the zone or the man. And you've got Kenny Cooper, as we talked, down a little bit with the strep throat today, and he's in now for the first time tonight.
Cooper's been terrific lately. Last 6 games, 11.5 points and 6.5 rebounds per contest. Byron Eaton has returned to the game as well, and he accepts the inbounds pass just beyond midcourt on the right side.
Look at the big hole in the middle, behind the 2, in front of the 3 in that zone.
Eaton for 3, top of the key, missed strong. Rebound tapped by Boggan and knocked away from him, out of bounds underneath by Texas, and the Cowboys will have it. The Cowboy lineup as it stands now: JamesOn Curry, Byron Eaton at the guard positions. Tyler Hatch at small forward with Boggan and Cooper up front. Marcus Dove, as Tom stated earlier, on the bench.
Cowboys yet to get that 3 ball to fall. 0 for 4 in their first 4 attempts tonight.
22-16 Texas. Cowboys have it. Eaton left side penetrates. Right wing Curry. Open 3. Got it.
That'll take care of that one. Good ball movement. Just enough penetration by Eaton. A kick out. And J.O.'s feet were set. And he knocked her down.
First 3-point basket for the Cowboys tonight. Curry with 7 early points. 22-19. Texas lead is now 3. Ashley, top of the key. Hands it off to Abrams between the two circles. Left corner to Lewis, a 3-point designated shooter for Texas. Back out it goes to Abrams with 16 to shoot. Eaton defends him. Abrams gets a screen to his right. Throws it right corner to Mason. He drives the baseline, leading 5-footer off the glass and in, but a foul called. An offensive foul against Mason as Boggan took the charge on the drive. And Tom O'Neill with the call, waving off the basket for Texas.
And that's defensive rotation on the backside. Again, Boggan coming off his man, got in the path of the drive, and took the hit right there. Scott Thornley was asked by Barnes maybe to check again to see whether the bucket counted, and maybe the foul, it could have been a blocky foul, but again, I think O'Neill was authoritative enough to say, and they're going to make it good. Oh, so Barnes got what he wanted. From here, it looked pretty close, but I thought O'Neill, being right on top of that one, Dave, had made the correct call, but apparently they reverse it, so they're back on top by 5.
One thing we did not see was a clear indication from Tom O'Neill as to whether it was a charge with the arm and hand behind the head versus the player control foul after the shot.
He checked with Thornley, and Thornley had a better look, I guess.
Boggan misses a foul line jumper, but Kenny Cooper manages to push the ball back into the basket. He gets the putback for his first bucket of the night. It's 24-21. The Texas lead back down to 3. Durant for 3, top of the key. Missed it strong, and the line drive rebound comes to Eaton at the foul line for Oklahoma State. Hands it off to Curry, right wing. Cross court left side to Tyler Hatch. One dribble, picks it up. Bounce pass, left low post to Boggan. Lost it. Curry recovers right corner. Top of the key right to Eaton. Drives down the lane. 5-footer around the rim. No. And Durant skies for the rebound for Texas.
Kenny Cooper got stuck on Durant the last time. and he launched that shot. This is an interesting matchup there.
Actually, right baseline, 15-footer rattled out. Rebound, JamesOn Curry of Oklahoma State. The shooter did not take the shot that time for Texas. Underneath it goes to Boggan. Up and under layup. Good.
What a great pass again to get him free. A good angle pass from Boggan, showing patience and a throwaway there.
Abrams trying to push the ball down the floor to Ashley underneath, and the ball sails over his head out of bounds. Texas 24, Oklahoma State 23, and the Cowboys have it after the 6th Longhorn turnover of the first half.
And Oklahoma State on a tidy little 7-2 run after Texas went on a 9-2 run to establish their biggest lead at 6. Cowboys back to within 1 and have the basketball. And looking at that rebound column again, how important it is to keep repeating it. When the Cowboys have beaten Texas, they've been able to out-rebound them. Tonight, 12-8. The Cowboys have the rebound edge.
Cowboys now have Eaton, Harris, Marcus Dove, Mario Boggan, and Kenny Cooper on the floor as Dove has returned to the game for Oklahoma State. Harris has it. Right low post to Cooper. Feeds a cutting Harris. He missed the layup. And the rebound to Augustine, the freshman point guard for Texas. Speeds down the right sideline into the front court. Hands it off to Mason, top of the key. Ball knocked away by Harris, recovered by Mason. Throws it left corner to Abrams. Quick three-pointer missed, but a foul called on Byron Eaton. Correction. It is on Eaton. That'll be his 3rd foul as he came racing over to try to defend the three-point attempt by Abrams, the dangerous three-point shooter. And Byron picks up his 3rd foul at the 7:55 mark of the first half.
And what's worse, he's going to send him to the free throw line for 3 foul shots. That's what Scott Thornley was indicating, the 3 foul shots. Again, Texas 2 for 4 there tonight.
We'll pause. A timeout on the floor with 7:55 left to play in the first half. And Texas leading Oklahoma State 24-23. Cowboy basketball from Host Communications continues in a moment.
Cowboy basketball is brought to you in part by the Oklahoma Tourism and Recreation Department. Come join our centennial celebration in Oklahoma, Native America. 7:55 left here in a fast-paced first half. The Cowboys have trailed by as many as 6, cut it to 1 just about 30 seconds ago. But Byron Eaton at the 7:55 mark of the first half has just picked up his 3rd foul. And you would think his work is done for the first half. So we'll circle that time right there. Oklahoma State trailing by 1, 24-23. JamesOn Curry leading the way with 7. Boggan has 6 for the Cowboys, who are 11 of 23 from the field, but disturbingly, Dave, 0 for 0, have yet to shoot a free throw, and we played almost 13 minutes in this game.
Meanwhile, Abrams going to the free throw line for 3 foul shots for Texas, and he makes the first. Texas has entered Matt Hill, a 6'9 freshman from Lincoln, Nebraska, into the contest at center. He stands out among the players here with a 1970s-like afro, the old curly afro do. Looks like he belongs in a rock and roll band. Instead, he plays center for the Longhorns.
He's still got that. He's got that afro-looking hairdo, but he's a tough guy on the boards. Half his rebounds are on the offensive end. That's what he's in there to do.
And Abrams, who's an excellent foul shooter at 87%, does not get there that often, but he makes the Cowboys pay for that foul in the act of shooting a 3-point shot. He made all 3 free throws, and Texas goes back up 4. Terrel Harris for Oklahoma State, outside the 3-point line left side, dribbles toward the baseline, 19 to shoot as he picked it up. Finds Curry on the left wing. He'll have to run the point as Byron Eaton is on the bench with 3 fouls at the 7.5-minute mark of the first half. Curry splits defenders on the drive, lobs it underneath to Boggan. Base goes up, layup good.
That was a good retrieval by Boggan. Had to go a little high, but one-handed it, brought it down, let the traffic clear, and had an easy lay-in.
27-25, Texas by 2. An up and down, rapidly played first half here in Stillwater. Augustine between the 2 circles. Now Curry will defend him with Eaton on the bench. Dribbles to the right wing, left side to Mason. Mason guarded by Marcus Dove. Mason gets a screen to his left, spins into a double team, bounces it back to Augustine, who tries the left side, 10-footer around the rim. No, the rebound was stuffed in by James. I can't believe there wasn't basket interference.
I think they're just going to give the bucket to Augustine because the ball was about to go back through the rim, and I think they're going to give it to. I'm going to give it to James on this flush. Wow! If they gave it to him, he was right above the cylinder.
29-25 Texas. Curry fall away foul line. Jumper is good. JamesOn Curry with 9 quick points. It's 29-27 Texas. He'll quickly on the other end. Shot blocked underneath by Marcus Dove, and a defensive rebound to Mario Boggan of Oklahoma State.
You got to keep scoring and keep defending against these guys.
Harris for 3 right wing. He got it!
And they kind of fell asleep that time and lost Harris, who relocated on the rim. They found him open, and he had his feet set, and the Cowboys with a 1-point lead.
30-29 Oklahoma State. Durant, by the way, is on the bench for Texas. Can they score without him? Here's Mason driving the right side. Scoop pass to James in the lane. Turnaround 5-footer is good. Yes, they can. Damian James has 9 points. He's already exceeded his average, and Texas leads 31-30.
And again, he's so big. He's a wide body. He's strong, but still shows the dexterity for a big man to rise up and shoot that one down. That was a line drive 10-footer.
31-30 Texas. Curry lob sails over the head of Marcus Dove, out of bounds underneath. It'll be Texas ball. Durant's break is a short one. Hill goes to the bench. Durant returns. But so far, the leading scorer for the Texas Longhorns is 6'7" freshman Damian James, who scored 9 points and gathered 5 early rebounds.
And Durant 3 of 6 from the floor. So obviously a lot of attention being given to him, but they've got other guys who can get the job done.
Abrams, a quick 3 from the right corner, and it's good. A.J. Abrams knocks down the 3-point shot. Among the national leaders in 3-point baskets made, he gives Texas a 4-point 34-30 lead.
That's how quickly it can go. We had guys who can score from all over the floor. You concentrate on Durant, but they got 3 other guys who can fill it up any given night.
Curry, top of the key, drug his pivot foot and is called for traveling. That's the 5th Cowboy turnover. He was guarded by Kevin Durant, who's 7 inches taller, and JamesOn slid the pivot foot after he picked up his dribble and is assessed the turnover.
Dave, 2 of the 6 turnovers have come in the last 3 possessions. And again, you cannot waste possessions. You're going to have to use every time you have the basketball to put some points on the board. And again, I keep saying the Cowboys have yet to shoot a free throw.
Here's a Texas turnover as the ball glanced off a Texas offensive player into the hands of Mario Boggan, the 7th Longhorn miscue so far tonight. Cowboys have it, down by 4. Dove bounces it to Boggan, left low post. Spins, turnaround 5-footer blocked by James, but James will be called for the hack. And Mario Boggan will be at the free throw line to shoot 2.
The first charity toss for Oklahoma State. It takes Oklahoma State 15 minutes and 24 seconds to shoot their first free throw. You got the best free throw shooter as far as the Cowboys are concerned, and taking the most and hitting the most, and Mario Boggan with a chance to cut this 4-point lead.
An 80% free throw shooter, and he makes the first. It's Texas 34, Oklahoma State 31. You talk about the free throw plight for Oklahoma State, but as the Cowboys emphasize getting to the line, so does Texas. Just like Oklahoma State, Rick Barnes' teams want to make more free throws than their opponent's attempt, and they succeeded in that endeavor up to this point this season, and so far tonight has been the case as well.
These 2 teams really mirror each other in a lot of ways. While their zone is used by Texas, they still believe in the tough man-to-man, and they manufacture points just like the Cowboys do in transition, putbacks, and free throws.
Boggan missed the second. It rattled out, and the rebound to James of Texas. Texas 34, Oklahoma State 31. 4:27 left to play in the first half here in Gallagher-Iba Arena. Abrams trying to create something off the dribble on the left wing, dribbled the ball off his knee, then tried to continue his dribble, and that's a double dribble violation against Texas. Turnover number 8 for the Longhorns, and the Cowboys will have it.
He couldn't shake Terrel Harris. He wanted to go left, he wanted to go right. He actually lost the dribble looking at Terrel. Good job by Terrel playing defense. We talk about how you play defense with your feet. That was a good indication right there.
JamesOn Curry on the dribble right wing. Top of the key to David Mons, who's entered the game. Guarded by Durant. Ball knocked away. Marcus Dove recovers top of the circle. 17 to shoot. Left wing to Curry. Defended very closely by Mason. Right wing Tyler Hatch, the left-hander. Dribbles up to the top of the key. Now takes it between the legs. 7 to shoot. Right corner to Dove. Attacks the goal. Skip pass. Left wing to Harris. 3-point jumper. He got it. What a shot by Terrel Harris.
And boy, he had to create space off the dribble, but he did it right up over the shorter A.J. Abrams.
Second three-point basket of the night for Terrel Harris, and we're tied at 34 with 3:35 left to play in the first half.
Talk about NBA moves. That was an NBA dribble separation right there, and a shot that didn't catch any of the rim.
Augustine drives the right side. Leaning jumper missed. A collision underneath, and an offensive foul called on Texas.
Good job right there. Cowboys rotated back into the paint. And I tell you, this is a heavyweight battle going on here tonight. Cowboys have been down on a couple of occasions, but each time they've come back to either take a one-point lead, and right now it's dead even.
3 minutes and 27 seconds left to play in the first half. Timeout on the floor. Number 21, Texas, and number 12, Oklahoma State, tied at 34. We'll pause on the Cowboy Radio Network.
3:27 left in this one, in the first half, that is, and what a first half it has been. 34-34. Oklahoma State and Texas putting on a show here tonight. Tonight's Oklahoma State Cowboy basketball game broadcast is brought to you by Budweiser. Grab a cold, fresh Budweiser. It's game time. By MidFirst Bank. What do you expect from a bank? By Sonic. It's not just good, it's Sonic good. And they're all proud sponsors of OSU basketball.
Wheeler's is also a proud sponsor of the Cowboys. Wheeler's hot dogs and sausages, a great compliment for a bun.
Two of the things we talked about when we talked about the chinks in the armor in the pregame, and the Cowboys have exploited a couple of those here in the last 3 or 4 minutes. This young team, so energetic, so confident that Texas has. They think they can make every play and every pass. Well, they do turn it over. They got 9 turnovers here. They average 15 a game, so they got 9 right now, plus the fact that sometimes they don't guard like Rick Barnes wants them to guard. The Cowboys have made them pay when they didn't do it.
Cowboys handle some three-quarter court pressure. Now have the ball on the offensive end as Texas goes to the 2-3 zone.
Look in the middle. Look in the middle for somebody to come up.
And the pass intended for Mons, who flashed open, went off his extended hands and is taken by Texas. As the Cowboys turn it over for the 7th time. Abrams for the Longhorns in the front court. Tied at 34 with 2:57 left in the first half. Top of the key to James, the forward. Left corner to Abrams. Whistle, foul away from the ball. Marcus Dove. Whistled by referee Scott Thornley for a hold on Kevin Durant.
Usually a freshman doesn't get protected. Maybe a heralded freshman right there. Thornley's telling Marcus Dove, you use the elbow to keep him from getting possession, position. But again, Durant with just 6 shots on the night.
Inbounds pass intercepted by Harris. Lost it. Now Terrell picks it up on the right sideline and lost it off his leg out of bounds. It'll be Texas ball.
Terrell Harris, the one-time masked man right there. And he's looking pretty stout right now. Terrell Harris playing both ends of the floor.
Tied at 34 with 2:42 left to play in the first half. Abrams running the point for the Longhorns. Left corner to Lewis, a three-point shooter. Left low post pass knocked away. Loose on the floor, and the Cowboys come up with it. Pass down the floor in the front court to Dove. Dribbles to the right wing in the front court. Back to Harris, the trailer, top of the key. Bounce pass, left baseline to Mons. Turns, faces the basket, shoots an 18-footer. Missed. Rebound, knocked around. Durant scoops it up for Texas. He finds Mason in the backcourt. Takes it down the right sideline on the dribble in a hurry. Now dribbling over to the top of the key to start the Longhorn offense. Tied at 34 with 2:07 left to play in the half. To Durant, right baseline, spinning 10-footer missed. Tip missed, and the rebound to Oklahoma State's JamesOn Curry as James had a chance, could not finish. Curry for 3, right wing, he got it!
Oh, he had a great matchup right there. Lewis, not the athlete of JamesOn Curry. He made him pay for coming out late and closing with a hand in his face.
He had a foot on the line, so it's a 2-point basket. But the Cowboys take the lead 36-34 on the 2-pointer by Curry. Minute 38 left in a half. Lewis on the right wing. Dribbles across the floor. Left wing Mason for 3. Missed strong. James with a long rebound on the offensive end for Texas. Left corner it goes to Abrams. Shoots a long jumper. Left corner. Missed. Rebound Marcus Dove and a foul on Texas.
Marcus Dove was the only defender in there. Battling 2 defenders, but he was able to still get up there and pick up the foul. He had the rebound. Marcus Dove, what kind of night's he having? Well, look here. He's got himself 4 rebounds, just a couple of points. But the big stat, only 7 touches for Kevin Durant.
Mason picks up his second foul for the Longhorns. Craig Winder will come in, a 6'2 senior. Keep in mind that Texas point guard DJ Augustine has been on the bench for about the last 4 to 5 minutes with 2 fouls, and you've watched as the Longhorns have struggled a bit offensively with him out of the game.
No question. He went out with 4 of the 6 assists. They haven't been able to set up the shooters, and that's what he does.
Cowboys have it. Boggan right side. Ball knocked away by Winder, but he's called for the foul. A hack against Mario Boggan. And that's team foul number 7 against the Longhorns, and it will send Mario Boggan to the foul line for 1-1 with 1:10 left to play in the first half. And the Cowboys with a 36-34 lead over Texas. Tyler Hatch will come in for Oklahoma State. Marcus Dove, who has 2 fouls, will exit.
And what a great half Marcus has played. But again, with Augustine on the bench as well, you get a good defender also sitting over there with Rick Barnes. And since he's been on the bench, the Cowboys have been able to dribble, drive, get themselves and penetrate a little bit more and force the issue and maybe get to the free throw line a little bit more. Boggan hits that free throw, but they've got to do more of that here in the second half.
10 points for Mario Boggan. Timeout Oklahoma State with 1:10 left in the half. 37-34 Cowboys. Remember, the Cowboy point guard Byron Eaton plagued by foul trouble in the first half as well. He picked up his 3rd foul at the 7:55 mark of this first half and has not played since. There's a break in the action. And speaking of breaks, see your local O'Reilly Auto Parts dealer for all your automotive parts needs. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better parts at better prices every day.
Cowboys are on one of their patented late half runs right now. In the last minute and a half, 2.5 minutes, Oklahoma State's on a 7-0 run. Have a chance to increase that when we come back to action with Boggan on the free throw line. Cowboys 2 of 3, just been there 3 times. But the last 2 of those 3 have come in this last run. So Oklahoma State forcing the issue a bit. Boggan for the night. One of 3 double-figure scorers for the Cowboys. How about that? You got JamesOn Curry with 11, Boggan with 10, and Terrel Harris with 10. And Boggan trying to give the Cowboys a 4-point lead with this.
And it rattled out. No good. Rebound off Oklahoma State underneath. It'll be Texas basketball. 37-34 Cowboys with a 3-point lead over Texas. And 1:09 left to play in the first half.
This would be their biggest lead of the night, the Cowboys.
Abrams into the front court, guarded by Terrel Harris. Top of the key to Winder, to Lewis between the 2 circles. Guarded by JamesOn Curry. 55 seconds left. Cross court to Abrams, left wing. 18 to shoot, 52 seconds left. Abrams picks up his dribble, finds Lewis on the right wing. Dribbles up to the top of the key, now penetrates. Foul line right side to James. Right low post Durant. Spinning jump hook off the glass and in. Kevin Durant knocks it down under duress.
They do a great job of ISOing him, don't they? They just let him work one-on-one. I mean, that ball is in the square. There's no way it's going to miss. It doesn't even look like it's going to miss as he rifles in it off the square. And Kevin Durant, 4 of 8 from the field tonight.
He has 10 points. The Cowboys over the 1-point lead and 20 seconds left. The shot clock is off, and now a 5-second count whistled by umpire Tom O'Neill against JamesOn Curry. Defensive pressure was applied by Craig Winder, and Texas will have the ball to play for the last shot of the first half, with Oklahoma State leading 37-36.
And Oklahoma State basketball is brought to you by Integris Heart Hospital, where experts are bringing you life-saving answers. Well, after the Cowboys had that 3-point lead, could have been 4. Boggan hit only 1 of 2 free throws, and then Durant rescues a possession with a beautiful shot off the wing, a bank shot, and he's got a 10.3 rebound night going for him. Once again, way below his standards over the first 3 games of the conference, and his first taste of conference play as a true freshman. They have 11 turnovers. The Cowboys have 9. They are 5 of 7 from the free throw line. Cowboys 2 of 4. And now they have retaken the lead rebounding-wise, giving them second and third opportunities. Perhaps the big surprise tonight is Damian James with 9 points and 8 rebounds, and he's had 3 follow shots of misses. So the Cowboys will have to get Mr. James in check in the second half.
Texas can play for the last shot of the half. Cowboys 37, Longhorns 36. Texas brings it into the front court. The Cowboys go for a trap, and they get a steal. Curry steals it, driving the right side. Jumper off the glass, missed, and a foul called. JamesOn Curry will be at the line for 2. The old run and jump. They jumped the Texas ball handler with 2 defenders as soon as he brought it into the front court, and Curry, the man coming up from behind, knocked away the pass and is fouled, going up with a shot with 8.2 seconds left.
That's great tandem defense right there. Again, two guys chasing the ball. That was the adjustment that Sean Sutton made during that timeout. Rick Barnes had actually called the timeout to set something up, but they got the pass they wanted, that flat pass right across the court. JamesOn misses the free throw. Cowboys giving away free throws here in the first half, but they got the pass they wanted, the flat one across the court, and JamesOn read it nicely and was off to the race.
Curry's been a great foul shooter, 76% at the line on the year. It's been even better lately, but he missed the first of two. He'll get another, and he makes it. 38-36, Oklahoma State. 7 seconds left. Abrams speeds into the front court down the left side. Throws it behind him to Lewis for three. Left wing. Missed. Rebound Tyler Hatch. And the buzzer sounds ending the first half with Oklahoma State leading Texas 38-36.
What a great first half. An entertaining first half. The Cowboys trailed by as many as 6. Led by as many as 3. Neither team could really run off and leave the other. Cowboys shot at 55% and Texas 48%, and they were up around 80 and 70% for a good portion of that first half. So what a great effort by both teams. The Cowboys have a 2-point lead here at intermission.
38-36, Oklahoma State leads Texas at the break. Coming up, the Dodge halftime report when Cowboy basketball from Host Communications continues. The start of the second half brought to you by Bank of Oklahoma. Bank of Oklahoma, you're better off at BOK.
You know, you would wonder just which team can make that concerted run. Cowboys have had a couple of 9-2, 8-2 runs, but been playing pretty much uphill most of the night. We talk about hills now. Texas looks like it's running downhill all the time. When they're pushing the basketball with their athletic ability, they can beat you down the floor every time. So we'll see if that kind of a frenetic pace takes its toll on the Cowboys. New half should be a good one.
Texas with the ball to start the second half. Augustine, the fine freshman point, back into the game after missing the last several minutes of the first half with foul trouble. He picked up 2 fouls and had to go to the bench. That's when the Cowboys made their run. Here's a lob underneath to Durant. Ball knocked away out of bounds underneath by Terrel Harris, and Texas will get it back.
Boy, he draws. He's like a magnet. As soon as the ball gets in his hand, he draws defenders. They had him singled up on Marcus Dove, but it was too tall a pass, and it took him a while to corral it, and that enabled Terrell to get there.
Texas inbounds, 13 to shoot. Mason on the left wing. Left corner to James, top of the key, left Durant, back out to Augustine, top of the key, 7 to shoot. He drives the lane, attacks the goal, scoop layup off the glass and in.
And there you see what Augustine brought to the bench with those fouls in the first half. He just makes things happen. He's an action maker, and I'll tell you, you got to be watching him because he's going right at Byron.
Tie game at 38. Harris, Curry, Eaton, Boggan on the floor. Mario catches underneath. Shot blocked by James. Rebound to Augustine on the fly. Down the floor he goes. A collision underneath. He missed the shot. And a blocking foul whistled by umpire David Hall against Terrel Harris of Oklahoma State.
You heard me talk in the shoot-around today, Dave. You know, you can talk about Durant, but the guy I said really scared me the most was Augustine because he dictates tempo. Not only as a shooter and taking it to the rim, but he helps everybody else. He gets the floor tilted. He just has relentless energy.
Augustine shoots the first of 2, and it rims in, and Texas retakes a lead, 39-38. DJ Augustine is an 80% free throw shooter. He averages 13 points per game. The last 9 games, he's averaged almost 17 points per contest. He shoots the second and makes it.
And he only played those 18 minutes in the first half because of foul problems. They put him on the bench.
40-38, Texas by 2. Now some full court pressure by the Longhorns and a steal by Abrams. Throws it behind him to Mason. Top of the key, Durant for 3. Missed strong. Marcus Dove had the rebound. Knocked away by James, and the Longhorns with another chance.
Well, they're getting a lot of the 50-50 balls here in the second half, and that mistake by Eaton puts the Cowboys on defense again.
Longhorns spread the floor. Now Augustine attacks the goal left side and lays it in.
The Cowboys turned their back to Augustine. He got by the one man. Everybody turned their back, went the other way, and he had a free run to the rim.
42-38 Texas. Harris dribbles a ball off his leg on the right side in the front court, stolen by Augustine. Bounce pass, right wing, Mason for 3. It's good. Texas has its biggest lead, 45-38, and a timeout taken by Sean Sutton of Oklahoma State.
And that's not a good way to start this second half. Cowboys have been good at this, but Texas comes out, and they're on a 3-5-7-9-0 run to open up this 7-point lead. The Cowboys back uphill again.
Timeout on the floor with 18:22 left to play. Texas 45, Oklahoma State 38. Cowboy basketball from Host Communications.
Yeah. Not like they finished the first one. A 9-0 run for the Longhorns to begin the second session. And they reversed that 2-point halftime deficit and now lead it by 7 at 45-38, the biggest deficit that the Cowboys have faced all night long. 18-22 to go here in the contest. And Augustine again kind of taking things over on both ends of the floor, setting up shooters, forcing the issue off the bounce, getting to the free throw line, and the Cowboys helping them out with a couple of turnovers in the first 3 possessions, and that hasn't helped either, as Texas has 13 points tonight off those 11 turnovers. So a timeout that you don't want to burn just 1:38 into the second half, but you had to stop this momentum, and this is a very, very important series for the Cowboys here. They got to come up with something, and they're going to face some token pressure in the backcourt.
Cowboys have Dove, Curry, Boggan, Terrel Harris, and Byron Eaton on the floor. Here's that full court zone pressure by Texas. Dove throws it in, now gets it back to Eaton, back to Dove, still in the backcourt. Back to Eaton on the right side, just beyond midcourt, and the Cowboys break it, and Texas falls into its 2-3 zone.
Handled it much better that time because they moved the ball with the pass and didn't stand around.
Dove, top of the key left, between the 2 circles to Eaton. Right corner to Curry outside the arc. 13 to shoot to Eaton between the 2 circles. Left wing Harris. 9 to shoot. Terrell trapped. Finds Dove, top of the key left. Left corner Harris. 3-pointer. Rattled out. Rebound knocked around, and Marcus Dove will be called for coming over Kevin Durant's back. Umpire David Hall with the call that is hardly popular with a home crowd here in Stillwater.
And for Marcus Dove, again, that would be his third foul of the night. So 3 for Eaton, 3 for Marcus Dove, and they had a wide open look. Terrell Harris did, just couldn't get it to go.
Team foul number 2 on Oklahoma State this half. Texas with a ball up 7, their biggest lead. Durant attacks a goal on the drive left side, collides with a Cowboy defender, and an offensive foul is called as Mario Boggan took the charge.
Boy, he looked like a freshman on that play, didn't he? Out of control on the drive. Really did not have good balance going to the rim. Kind of tried to angle his way past the defender, but he gets the charge, and the Cowboys still looking for their first points. They need something good to happen here.
Rick Barnes, the 52-year-old head coach of the Longhorns, told David Hall he really didn't agree with that whistle on Durant. The Cowboys have it despite Barnes' protest. Curry dribbles across the floor, left wing to Dove outside the arc against the 2-3 zone. Back to Curry, the Cowboy guard. Right corner it goes to Terrell Harris. Beyond 3, 11 to shoot. Terrell picks up his dribble, needs help. Finds Eaton between the 2 circles. Left wing to Curry, 6 to shoot. Dumps it down left low post to Boggan. Right wing Eaton, lost it. Throws up a wild shot as a shot clock expires, and it goes in! Did he beat the buzzer? Yes. He must have! Oh my gosh!
Shot by Eaton, a heave, a prayer, and it was answered at the buzzer.
The old chuck and duck. 45-41, the Texas lead is down to 4. And Eaton has been ice cold from 3-point range, and then he makes that shot.
That's unbelievable, but maybe that'll get the Cowboys going here.
Mason on the drive left side, stops, leans in, 5-footer over Curry, barely grazed the rim. Rebound, Mario Boggan. Outlet pass to Eaton, speeds down the floor, foul line jumper left side, clangs off the back of the rim. Rebound knocked around, and James secures it for Texas in the far corner.
Isn't that the way basketball goes? You put a miracle shot in and miss a high percentage shot.
Augustine flips it behind him to James on the left wing. On the Big 12 logo, left corner Augustine, wide open 3, missed it short. Rebound, Byron Eaton of Oklahoma State.
Slow it down now. Cowboys want to rush it up in there, but get themselves a good look.
Here's Curry for 3, right wing. Missed short. Tip won't go. Boggan rebounds. Layup. Missed and rolled out. And the rebound to Texas. Abrams has it for the Longhorns. Bounces it to Mason, right wing for 3. Missed short. Rebound. Durant. Strip going up. Loose ball out of bounds off Texas underneath. It'll be Cowboy basketball and a timeout on the floor.
Was just in there fighting his guts out with those 3 fouls. Cowboys missing that point-blank layup, but got things back under control. They've been talking about that miracle 3 thrown in by Eaton for a long, long time.
Eaton could only turn and throw the ball toward the basket as it was going out of bounds some 25 to 30 feet away from the basket on the right sideline, and it went in.
And that's all that counted. It'll be counted as a pure catch-and-shoot 3. And for Eaton, who was needing points, obviously had nothing going in the first half, only had those 2 points. I'll tell you what, that'll look just about as good as how he was set up and his feet were set, and he knocked it down with confidence.
It snapped rather, a 1 of 13 shooting streak for Byron Eaton from three-point range. We'll pause. 45-41 Texas, 15:43 left. This is a Cowboy Radio Network.
Cowboys with just 1 bucket here in the second half, but what a bucket it was from Byron Eaton. The long heave, falling out of bounds, throwing it up, and that shows you in basketball, if you get the ball around the rim every once in a while, it'll find the roost, and it did, and the Cowboys down by 4, 45-41, 15:30 to go in the game.
Oklahoma State with the ball, and again, Eaton 1 out of 13 from three-point range before he knocked down that old chuck and duck heave and hope. Here's Eaton driving the lane, hands it inside, it goes out of bounds untouched to Texas. Dove was cutting, and the pass went behind him, and the Longhorns come up with it. The Cowboys have turned it over 12 times tonight. Here's Augustine for 3, top of the key. Missed strong, and Terrel Harris skies for the rebound for Oklahoma State.
I'm not sure Byron should have even taken that shot instead of passing it. He's getting inside with regularity now.
Eaton penetrates again, stops in the lane, top of the key to Curry. Bounce pass left low post to Boggan. Bulls his way toward the basket, and a foul called on Texas.
Pushing on Mario Boggan, who did a nice job of posting up down low. And I'll tell you, they did a nice job of rotating the ball, getting a good angle pass to Boggan once he had his man on the hip.
Texas 45, Oklahoma State 41. Harris inbounds, floats it to Curry, who's trapped just beyond midcourt, left side, takes one dribble, finds Eaton opposite side. Now the Cowboys will reset their offense, down by 4, 45-41, as Texas is led by as many as 7 here in the second half. They go man-to-man. Eaton dribbles down the left side. Fall away 5-footer is good.
Yeah, that's what I said before. The one he passed to Dove, he had that shot. Byron again with the stop and pop. That may be his best shot.
7 points for Eaton, 5 of those in the second half. The 7-point Texas lead is down to 2 at 45-43. Longhorns with the ball. Mason between the two circles. Ball poked away from behind by Eaton. Taken by Harris. Baseball pass down the floor to Eaton. Behind the back to Boggan for the slam dunk.
What about that job by the defense getting offense? And we got a timeout, I guess. A foul in there. But what a job to knock the ball away. Eaton is down on the floor after giving that behind-the-back pass for the dunk. It was Terrel Harris, I believe, who knocked it away initially, Dave. And he was looking for Eaton. Eaton was at the head of the field, but a nice job of running the floor. Good things happen when you run the floor. And the Cowboys all the way back from that 7-point deficit and have evened it up with 14-11 to go.
Tied at 45, as Tom said. By the way, Freddie Paul's Steakhouse is a proud sponsor of the Cowboy Network. Come to Freddie Paul's in Stillwater 7 days a week for all your dining needs. Freddie Paul's, the place for steaks.
Say Byron Eaton has picked up the pace here in the second half, and as James Dickey certainly hinted that he had enough energy, having not played very much in the first half and missed a good portion of it with those fouls. Byron Eaton with just 7 minutes of playing time in the first half. So his legs are fresh, and he has shown it here in the early going of the second session.
Rick Barnes was upset because play was stopped. Yeah. His team had a fast break with a big numbers advantage on the other end.
It looked like about 3-0 is what it looked like.
Tied at 45. Texas with the ball. Tyler Hatch into the game for Oklahoma State, playing defense on Mason. Top of the key right to James. Dumps it underneath to Durant. Shot blocked, but a foul will be called. If it's on Marcus Dove, it will be his 4th.
I believe he was in the area. The 6'9 Durant, who could really jump and pogo up there for that pass, was able to go get it at its highest point. And then when he came down, he just pump faked a couple of times to draw some contact. And as we talked about, he's pretty much money from the free throw line. Kevin Durant is 1 for 2 there tonight. He's only missed 3 on the year.
And he makes the first. It's 46-45 Texas. So Dove, who is certainly among the best defenders in college basketball, will leave the game with his 4th foul for Oklahoma State. With 13 minutes and 54 seconds left in the contest, the game was tied at 45 when he left. Durant shoots another free throw and makes it, and Texas goes up 2, 47-45.
Marcus takes those 5 rebounds, and probably about 3 or 4 assists with him. Now the Cowboys have to find a way to get it done with keep scoring. You cannot go into a scoring drought here.
By the way, David Mons has replaced Dub in the Cowboy lineup. Boggan for Oklahoma State throws it to Curry, left side, beyond the arc. James on with a couple of dribbles, now forces a shot, missed it from three-point range, and the rebound to James of Texas.
He had the height advantage over Augustine. Augustine kind of turned his back a little bit, and James on had a pretty good look.
47-45. Augustine between the legs on the dribble, hands it off to Durant. Shoots for three, left wing, spun out. Rebound tipped around. It's out of bounds off Texas underneath. It'll be Oklahoma State ball.
I tell you, he's got such a pure shot from out there. I mean, it is in his hands, and it is on the way before you could even react. That's an NBA-type looking stroke.
You think we might see that in the NBA? I think we might.
Soon. I was hoping he would have declared before tonight's game. That would have been nice.
47-45 Texas. Oklahoma State with the ball. Curry, left corner to Mario Boggan. Boggan gets a screen to his right, dribbles up to the foul line, shoots, hits it.
Well, that was a no-brainer. He ended up with Augustine. Big height advantage trying to defend him, and he didn't have to really do much to shoot up over the shorter Augustine.
Durant drives the left side, shot blocked underneath, rebound, Terrel Harris of Oklahoma State. Cowboys counterattack from right to left. Harris attacks the goal on the drive, forces up the shot, and is fouled going up. Terrel Harris attacking the goal in an assertive fashion, will be at the line to shoot two.
This is something Oklahoma State's done a much better job in the second half of actually forcing the issue. Taking the ball to the rim with authority and trying to either get the layup, get somebody an easy lay-in, or get to the free throw line.
Terrel Harris leads the conference in free throw shooting, and he makes the first. He's an 86% free throw shooter. He has 11 points on the night and has now scored in double figures in 7 straight games. Of course, he missed the Southwestern Oklahoma State contest, and the face mask that Harris had been wearing is gone. Terrell will shoot the second, and he makes it.
And I'm glad. I know he's glad because he didn't complain about it, but it had to be somewhat of a distraction. But he's out there giving it his all right now, and the Cowboys are back up by 2.
An 11-2 run by Oklahoma State gives the Cowboys a 49-47 advantage over Texas. Abrams, ball knocked away by Harris, left wing. Abrams recovers. Shot clock at 17 as he finds Mason way outside right wing. Right baseline Durant, guarded by Mons. One dribble, right side jumper, good.
That's a rhythm. Pull-up shot right up over Mons. That's the way the big guys do it.
Tied at 49. Durant with a big game, 14 points so far, but that's not his average. He's well below that. Hatch dribbles into the paint, tried to throw it underneath. It goes to Texas as Lewis was standing right there to take away the errant pass. Longhorns have it. Lewis way outside right wing. Right low post Durant. Spinning 8-footer in the paint. Missed short. Rebound Tyler Hatch of Oklahoma State. Outlet pass to Eaton. Tie game at 49. Byron hesitates. Skip pass right corner to Harris. Terrell dribbles up to the foul line right side. Bounce pass right baseline to Mons. Turns, faces, now takes 2 dribbles. Top of the key to Boggan. 19 to shoot for the Cowboys. Left wing Harris. One dribble. 3-point jumper. Missed strong. Rebound Mario Boggan. Throws it underneath the Mons. Spinning layup blocked by Durant. Fans wanted a foul. Did not get it. And Durant gets the rebound himself for Texas.
Great effort by Boggan to get the ball to David Mons in point-blank range. And could have gone up a little stronger, but got to take it away.
Abrams drives a lane. Uncontested 5-footer. Pinballed out. Mario Boggan rebounds for Oklahoma State. Boy, how'd he miss that one?
Boy, I tell you, how a couple of these shots missed. But when you're being defended this hard on both ends of the floor, some of those are going to be missed.
Eaton drives the right side. Running jumper missed. Rebound knocked around. Boggan gets it, and he's fouled going back up. Mario Boggan will be at the free throw line for 2.
Mario Boggan, who had just 3 rebounds in the first half, got on to him a little bit. He's got 5 here in the early, actually 6. That was his 9th rebound. So he's flirting with that double-double once again, but he kept the ball alive, and he'll get a chance to do some damage when we come back.
Timeout. 10 minutes and 50 seconds left to play. Oklahoma State and Texas are tied at 49 as Cowboy basketball from Host Communications continues.
Almost halfway home in this second half, and what a second half it's been. Kind of an extension of the first half. Texas runs out, scores the first 9 points of this second session, goes up by 7, but the Cowboys went on an 11-2 run to reclaim the lead, 49-47, and right now it's 49 all with 10:50 to go. Anybody's ball game with 10:50 left on the clock. Cowboy basketball is brought to you by your neighborhood Brahms ice cream and dairy stores. Fromm's gives you more.
Today's game brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. By Oklahoma Propane and by Oklahoma Tourism. And remember, after the game, we'll choose the Oklahoma Beef Council Player of the Game, sponsored by the Oklahoma Beef Council. 10 minutes and 50 seconds left, and again, we are tied at 49 here in Gallagher-Iba Arena in Stillwater.
Cowboys doing a much better job on the boards here in the second half. They got a 3-board advantage after each team had 16 in the first half, and Mario Boggan has certainly come to life on both ends of the floor as far as the glass is concerned. Now, Mario Boggan with 9 boards, and none bigger perhaps than that one right there, which is going to earn him a chance to hit a couple of free throws. He's 2 of 4 from there tonight. The Cowboys 5 of 8 on the night.
For food, fashion, and fun, visit Eskimo Joe's and Stillwater's Three Amigos, Eskimo Joe's, Mexico Joe's, and Giuseppe's Italian Kitchen. And check out the new Coaches vs. Cancer t-shirt, the new sheriff in town, featuring head coach Sean Sutton. Boggan missed the first foul shot, and the score remains tied at 49.
Not a Boggan-like night from the free throw line by any means.
2 for 5 on the evening. Came into the game at 80% at the charity stripe. He makes a second. Cowboys take the lead, 50-49.
No, this is one of those games you could tell the rest of the way, Dave. You can't have too many empty, wasted possessions because time's wasted, and you're going to have to score every time you have it.
Durant takes Mons on the drive, left side. Shot blocked out of bounds by Mario Boggan, who came over and helped defense. And Texas will inbound left baseline underneath. You see Texas trying to attack with Kevin Durant, matched up against David Mons, who's in for Marcus Dove, who earned his 4th foul at the 13:55 mark and has been on the bench ever since for Oklahoma State.
Plus, you got a guy who can shoot 90% in the conference from the free throw line. You want to get him there as much as you can.
Lewis on the dribble, lost it, taken away by JamesOn Curry. 2-on-1. Curry feeds Mons underneath, and he slams it in.
And you know what? I believe it was Hatch who actually knocked the ball away to get that break going as he reached in, dug with the band to knock the ball away.
52-49 Oklahoma State. Mason for Texas. Dribbles over to the left wing outside the arc. Takes it now top of the key between the 2 circles to Abrams. Texas averages 11 threes made per game in conference play. They've made only 4 tonight. Now Abrams, a dangerous 3-point shooter, shoots for 3 top of the key. Missed. Rebound Ashley. He missed the follow. Tipped by Durant, won't go. He gets it again. Shot blocked by Mons, and Durant with another chance, and he lays it off the glass and in.
Cowboys with 2 opportunities to get the ball, retrieve it. That was not second shot. That was not third shot. That was the 4th shot. And we got Mario Boggan kind of limping a little bit. I think Ashley is maybe bleeding a little bit, so he's being tended to. What kind of action underneath? And Durant ended up with it the final time.
And Connor Ashley lost his contact lens out of his right eye, and David Hall is helping the Texas post player return the lens to its proper place.
No wonder.
So he can continue to play.
He was in the middle of that pinball machine right there underneath the basket, and I guess he's got it right now. Actually, one of the guys, he along with Hill, off the bench. And the Cowboys going to see some pressure here on the throw-in with that 1-point lead. Every possession now so valuable.
Ashley is having a hard time getting that lens back in. He's getting a mirror from a member of the Texas basketball staff. In fact, it's their trainer who helps him return the contact lens to his eye. James is about to check in for him, but Ashley now has that right contact back in, and he returns to action for Texas.
Ashley gives him a lot of height and a lot of advantage underneath the basket, again, with that 6'9" frame.
52-51, Oklahoma State by 1. Eaton, Curry, Hatch, Boggan, and Mons on the floor for the Cowboys. Eaton starts the offense. Right wing to David Mons. Ball high over the head to Boggan, top of the circle. Left wing Eaton. Shot clock at 15. Backdoor pass inside to Boggan. Up and under layup. Good.
Oh, what a great pass by Eaton. And a great patience again by Boggan. How many times have we said that tonight where he's waited for the traffic to clear before going up for the lay-in?
17 points and 9 rebounds for Mario Boggan. He has outscored Durant in the battle of the top 2 scorers in the league so far. But Durant, who leads the league in scoring, has 16 points. He has it top of the key. Shoots for 3. Missed strong. Rebound, shoots to the far corner. Taken by JamesOn Curry on the run for Oklahoma State. State.
That's a big miss right there. Now with the three-point lead, you could do some things offensively, so the Cowboys are going to widen up the court a bit.
Curry for three,
yes.
left wing. He got it!
I knew that was in. You got to let him square it up like that. He won't miss many by widening the court. He only had to beat one man. He was late getting to JamesOn, and JamesOn throws it down, and the Cowboys with a 6-point lead with 8:35 to go.
57-51 Oklahoma State, and a timeout Texas.
That was a nice series. Oklahoma State has a 19-6 run going after Texas jumped on them for 9 straight points to start the second half. Attention, Cowboy fans, the great frame-up of OKC at 122nd, and Rockwell is a new sponsor. Go by and mention you're a Cowboy fan and get 50% off your frame molding. Frame your memories at the great frame-up of OKC on 122nd and Rockwell.
Visit your local Oklahoma John Deere dealer today and check out the full line of John Deere equipment, from riding lawn mowers, commercial mowers, and utility vehicles to compact tractors and much more, all with great financing options. Score big this year with a John Deere and your local Oklahoma John Deere dealer.
And once again, over the last 10 minutes, the Cowboys have outscored Texas 19-6. And two of those points have come from the free throw line. So they have 2 buckets, Dave, in almost 10 minutes, they being Texas. But once again, you can't relax because they keep coming at you, and Durant could score in bunches.
So far tonight, just 6 of 17 from the field for Durant, who leads the Big 12 in scoring and rebounding this season. Texas with the ball. Abrams drives the right side, leaning 5-footer, blocked out of bounds by Mario Boggan, but they'll call Boggan for the foul. Scott Thornley, our referee, with the call.
Well, that was, again, enough contact going up, and Abrams just came from left to right. He ran right around that circle, got 2 picks, and once he turned the corner, he got to the rim in a hurry.
Abrams 3 for 3 at the line. Makes the first of 2. He's an 87% foul shooter. Tyler Hatch will check out. Terrel Harris comes back in, and Hatch, with extended playing time tonight.
He's played well. He's done all the little things. Again, a couple of knockaways, a couple of rebounds. He started breaks off the dribble. I mean, he's done a lot of things that don't show up in the box score, but the coaches know what he does.
Abrams shoots another and makes it. 57-53, Oklahoma State by 4. Harris, Curry, Eaton, Boggan, and Mons on the floor for the Cowboys. Full court pressure by Texas. Harris gets it back from Boggan. He'll walk the ball into the front court as Texas backs off. Oklahoma State 57, Texas 53 with 8:10 left to play.
See if they keep that floor spread, which they are, trying to find a good high percentage shot, a one-on-one situation, and keep themselves out of that trap.
Eaton has it on the right wing with 14 to shoot. Dribbling beyond the three-point line, defended by Abrams man-to-man, 10 to shoot. Eaton crosses over, gets a screen to his left, finds Boggan right side. Long jumper, missed strong. Long rebound to Augustine at the foul line for Texas. He explodes down the floor on the drive, runs into Eaton, and is called for an offensive foul.
And Augustine, again, a little out of control, a little spin move right there. Eaton did not give an inch, stayed right there, moving along with his feet, took the charge, and the Cowboys will get it back for Texas. Their 17th turnover of the game.
And the 4th foul on DJ Augustine, the Texas point guard. That's a big deal with 7:48 left to play. It's Oklahoma State 57, Texas 53. A timeout with 7 minutes and 48 seconds left to play. This is the Cowboy Radio Network.
7:48 to go in this one. The Cowboys use a 19-6 run to reverse a 7-point deficit. Took a 6-point lead. Now Oklahoma State's up by 4. 57-53. Again with 7:48 to go here in a very highly entertaining and extremely competitive ball game. Oklahoma State at number 12 and Texas at number 21. Wheeler's is a proud sponsor of Oklahoma State basketball. Wheeler's hot dogs and sausage is a great compliment for a bun.
Bank of Oklahoma is proud to sponsor the Cowboys' tradition of excellence on and off the court. Show your orange power with a free OSU check card. You'll get free checking, free online bill pay, and access to hundreds of ATMs statewide. All from Oklahoma's leading bank. You're better off at BOK. member FDIC.
And once again, we talked about Marcus Dove in the pregame, but he was first to point out it wouldn't just be the Marcus Dove versus Kevin Durant all night long. Marcus went out with his 4th foul about 6 minutes ago, and since that time, the Cowboys have been able to build a lead. And other people like David Mons, for instance, have come up and made life a little bit more miserable for Durant.
Cowboys with the ball as Texas goes to a 2-3 zone. Eaton left wing, well outside the arc, between the 2 circles to Curry. Right wing Terrel Harris, back to Curry. Left wing Eaton, 17 to shoot. Against the 2-3, Augustine, the man covering Eaton on the left wing. 12 to shoot for Oklahoma State. Left side Harris beyond the arc. Top of the key to Eaton. Right wing Curry. 6 to shoot. He's double teamed. Needs help. Finds Mons foul line. Turnaround jumper blocked. Rebound Boggan. Follow missed. Tipped by Harris. No. And Augustine rebounds for Texas. Speeds down the center of the floor. Left wing to Mason. Top of the key to Augustine. Texas 4 for 16 from 3-point range so far. They've been averaging 11 threes per game in conference play, 10 threes made per game for the year.
But we know teams like a Baylor, like a Texas, can get hot in a hurry.
And Durant driving the right baseline, fouled on the floor as he and Terrel Harris both hit the deck hard. It's David Mons, however, who picks up the foul. That's team foul number 6. A non-shooting foul is the first personal for David Mons.
And they are 5 of 19 from the floor here in the second half. 5 of 19. And a lot of that has been under duress. So Marcus Dove with 4 fouls is coming in. Good shift there for David Mons. While Marcus Dove was on the bench, Durant had himself a couple of buckets. That was it.
Texas inbounds. Abrams has it way outside on the right wing, defended by Terrel Harris.
If they go right at Marcus Dove to get him out of the game.
Now Augustine has it. Dribbles to the foul line, right side. Right low post Durant. Spinning jump hook. Good. Foul called, but I believe the basket came after the foul. It was a foul on the floor before the shot on Marcus Dove. Tom O'Neill with the whistle, and that will be Dove's 5th. He's done at the 6:38 mark and leaves disgusted with a foul call made against him by O'Neill.
Well, that was a no-brainer. They were going to go right at him, rotated the ball back. Well, they ISO'd and got him one-on-one. All Marcus was trying to do was kind of maintain his position with an elbow.
Inbounds to Durant. Right corner, 3-pointer in flight. Good. Abrams knocks down his second 3 of the night. It's a 1-point game, 57-56.
You got to keep attacking right here. Nobody to stand back on your heels. They're in that zone again. Somebody get in the high post and let's play this inside out.
Eaton dribbles up to the foul line, stops, shoots, scores.
Boy, he's in that nice stop and pop rhythm right now. Eaton's got the hot hand for the Cowboys.
59-56, Oklahoma State. Augustine catches, drives it down the lane, throws it underneath. The ball goes out of bounds off Texas underneath the basket. It'll be Oklahoma State ball as James tried to handle the pass. It went off his shoulder underneath the Texas hoop, and the Cowboys will have it.
Turned an ankle as well as he got caught in traffic, and he's limping to the sideline. Once again, out of control, Dave, on the drive. That was a hard pass. He was only 2 feet away from James, so he couldn't handle that. That's their 18th turnover of the game, and a big one as we're winding down to the 6-minute mark. Cowboys had that 6-point lead. It was reduced to 3, but they're up by 3 right now with a chance to add here.
59-56, Oklahoma State leads Texas. 6 minutes left to play. 2-3 zone by the Longhorns. Harris on the left wing outside the arc between the 2 circles to Eaton. Byron, the ball high over the head, finds Curry on the right side, 18 to shoot. Left corner Harris fakes, takes 2 dribbles, stops, finds Curry left corner. A pump fake. Now a 3-pointer left wing is good.
Oh, was that sweet? A little left and right move, and he rose right up over the defender and threw it in.
6th 3-pointer for the Cowboys. 62-56. Durant for 3. Top of the key right. Missed strong. Long rebound. Ricochets to midcourt. Scooped up by Augustine of Texas. Feeds the cutter down the lane. Layup good. Mason gets the basket. And a foul on Oklahoma State and a chance for a 3-point play.
And not a good idea right there to foul. Cowboys looked like they had a 3-on-0 break, but could not get the ball at half court. And once they did, once Texas got it headed back the other way, they had all kinds of numbers. Mason with the easy lay-in.
The free throw pinballed out, and JamesOn Curry with the rebound for Oklahoma State. Outlet pass comes to Byron Eaton, who will slow it up to run the half-court offense for OSU. 62-58, Oklahoma State with a 4-point lead over Texas. Battle of top 25 teams here in Gallagher-Iba Arena. Against a 2-3 zone, Eaton finds Curry left corner. Foul line left Mons. Turnaround jumper. Missed strong. Rebound Durant of Texas. Outlet pass to Augustine. He has 4 fouls, speeding down the center of the floor on the dribble, and a foul on Oklahoma State. A hold will be whistled against JamesOn Curry underneath, away from the basketball.
Yeah, it was on the weak side. Again, they weren't even looking over there, but they had a cutter heading to the rim. So, again, it might have been a good idea because Ashley might have had an easy lay-in. He certainly had a height advantage. But Ashley, again, one of those guys that they don't have real good faith in because he's not a good free throw shooter.
And he misses a free throw. Durant with the offensive rebound, but he's called for coming over the back.
Good job right there, Terrel Harris, to get that smaller frame into the freshman Durant to make sure Durant had to go over his back to get the miss. And that's a big, big turnaround right there because Ashley might have had an open layup, Dave. So not a bad idea by JamesOn to foul him, put him at the free throw line, and it works out well for the Cowboys.
For Durant, that's his 3rd foul. A timeout, Oklahoma State, with 4:54 left, and the Cowboys leading 62-58 over the Longhorns. Mercury Insurance and the Cowboys are teaming up this year to give you a shot at $10,000. Just visit the Mercury Insurance booth at each home game to register for the $10,000 3-point thrills challenge, and you could go home $10,000 richer. Even if you can't make it to the game, you can still win by switching to Mercury. Call 877-4MERCURY or go online to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and join thousands of Cowboy fans who are saving hundreds of dollars a year on their auto insurance by switching to Mercury Insurance.
Cowboys with 3 men in double figures, and they have come on strong here in the second half. JamesOn Curry got 3 trays on the night, 18 points. Mario Boggan, a double-double, 17 and 10. What else is new for him? Terrel Harris, who was red hot in the first half, trying to catch fire here in the second session, doing a good job handling the basketball. He has 12 for the Cowboys. Just 2, actually 3, I guess, 16 for Durant, leading the way for Texas.
Oklahoma State brings it across midcourt with a 62-58 lead over Texas.
Trying to take some of that rhythm the Cowboys had in that 19-6 run away with the zone.
Curry dribbling it, center of the floor between the 2 circles. Left wing Harris, 15 to shoot for Oklahoma State. To Curry, who leads all scorers with 18 points so far tonight. Right baseline, Boggan. One dribble, goes up strong, shot blocked. Tried to get his own rebound, and it's wrestled away by Abrams of Texas. Now the Longhorns will counterattack. Mason has it, dribbling into the front court. Flips it behind him to Augustine. 62-58. Oklahoma State with a 4-point lead over Texas. Augustine picks up his dribble, throws it to Mason. Left wing Augustine, defended by Eaton. Right side Abrams, 3-pointer, rattled out. Rebound Mario Boggan, his 11th of the night for Oklahoma State. Outlet pass to Curry, pulls up for 3, right wing. Missed. Kevin Durant rebounds for Texas. Outlet pass to Augustine. Speeds down the right sideline. Takes it behind the back as he attacks on the right side. Left corner Abrams. 3-point jumper. Missed short. Rebound. An offensive one for Connor Atchley on the right baseline, and a foul on Oklahoma State.
Hacking around. It would have been Byron Eaton on the hack. He was on the weak side trying to knock it away. That would be number 4 for Byron, who has had a splendid second half. I'll tell you, JamesOn, an ill-advised shot on that break. Cowboys didn't have numbers. Nobody underneath the basket. You've got the lead. Make him work. Make him come get you. Get a 4-point lead. He didn't do that and missed the shot.
Timeout on the floor with 3 minutes and 42 seconds left to play. It's Oklahoma State 62, Texas 58. Cowboy basketball from Host Communications continues.
Some interesting numbers on the board. The most important ones. The Cowboys lead by 4, 62-58. With 3:42 to go. What a ball game this has been. I want to remind you, Oklahoma pork producers and the Oklahoma Pork Council are proud supporters of Cowboy basketball. Make your next party or cookout a winner with pork, the other white meat. And those numbers we're talking about, Cowboys at 46%. Neither team really shooting it all that well in the second half. But Texas, a great 3-point shooting team. And again, there's still 3:42 to go. And 3-point shooting teams don't quit. Even though they're 5 of 20 at this point, they keep putting them up. And they've got guys who can score. But right now, 5 of 20, Cowboys 6 of 16 from beyond the arc. So neither team enjoying that much success. Keeping in mind, Texas was averaging 11 makes from beyond the arc in conference play.
Connor Atchley at the line shooting 1 and 1. 62-58, Oklahoma State with a 4-point lead.
He's not a good free throw shooter. Missed his last one. Boxed people out.
He makes the first of 1 and 1. 62-59 is our score. In case you're wondering why Kenny Cooper hasn't played much, the sophomore reserve post for Oklahoma State. Tom reported earlier in the broadcast he's been bothered by a strep throat infection. And now the ball knocked away on the missed foul shot by Atchley out of bounds off Texas, but he's been bothered by strep throat. And they were really wondering how many minutes he'd be able to give them tonight, given his health situation, and he's played just a couple of minutes so far here tonight.
Yeah, 6 to be official in the first half. I didn't think it was that many, frankly.
I didn't
when he
either.
came in, but hadn't seen him at all, I don't think, in the second half. Cowboys didn't get this ball in here.
62-59. Texas picks up the Cowboys in full court pressure. Eaton floats it down the floor. It gets away from Mons, goes out of bounds to the Cowboy bench in front of us. And Texas will get it right back.
He went the wrong direction with the pass, Byron, right there. That's the pass they want you to make. That's usually going to be picked off. But again, in Byron's defense, too, nobody came back and helped him out when he was pinched in. So the Cowboys give him a big turnover, their 14th of the night.
Texas with the ball. Cowboys up 3. Abrams dribbles up to the foul line, throws it underneath. It's knocked away by Boggan, saved by Eaton. It goes right back to the Texas player, and he missed the jumper as James had it left baseline, collided with Harris. No whistle, and the Cowboys get the rebound. Here's Curry, bounce pass underneath to Harris. It goes off his leg, out of bounds underneath. Texas will get it back.
Great idea right there. That would have been a heck of a play. That was a long-distance dial-up JamesOn made. I think Terrel might have taken his eye off the pass. So the teams exchange turnovers. They waste about 30 seconds. We're coming up on 3 minutes.
62-59 Oklahoma State. 3 minutes left. Abrams on the dribble, right wing, a dangerous three-point shooter. He averages 4 threes made per game. He pulls up for 3 right wing. A brick, rebounded by Mario Boggan of Oklahoma State.
What a big miss. They had their 2 top scorers isolated on the right side of the floor. You had Durant posting up, throwing it back to Abrams, the three-point guy.
Abrams just 2 for 6 from three-point range tonight.
That might have been one of the best looks he's had all night.
Here's Curry, foul line left for Oklahoma State. 15 to shoot, 2.5 minutes left. J.O. finds Eaton, top of the key. Fakes right, dribbles left, heads down the lane, attacks a goal, layup good.
Oh, Byron Eaton with the drive, and he got a big, big bucket right there, walling him off with that body. Look at that. Look at that pick right there.
And they're going to call Eaton for the foul. As James was setting a screen, Eaton and James both ended up on the floor. Scott Thornley with the whistle, and Eaton is fouled out.
That is unbelievable call right there. It looked like he got picked off pretty hard, and he's going to get, Sean Sutton's getting the explanation from Scott Thornley. Doesn't appreciate probably the call, but Byron Eaton, who was really the spark plug here in the second half, is going to have to take a seat now with 2:20 to go, and he's going to leave as the Cowboys have right now, without any free throws, a 5-point lead.
Scott Thornley's explanation was that Eaton pulled down James after he set the screen.
So the Cowboys have lost Marcus Dove. They've lost Byron Eaton in a rough and tumble second half here.
Are you experiencing knee or hip pain? You can find very helpful answers as to what may be a remedy at aboutstryker.com/OK. Again, the website, aboutstryker.com/OK.
The bad news is he's on the bench, Eaton, but the good news is James is on the free throw line.
In the double bonus, shooting 2, as that was a 10th foul, and he makes the first. James, after scoring 9 first half points, gets in the scorebook for the first time in the second half with that foul shot.
Well, they've kept them off the boards, that's for sure. That's what they needed to do.
Second free throw rattles out. Mason with an offensive rebound. Layup good. Foul called. Count the basket for Justin Mason. It's a 2-point game as he'll go to the line to try to convert the old-fashioned 3-point play.
That's unforgivable right there. That's about the 5th or 6th time this year the Cowboys have given up a putback on a missed free throw, and a chance now for them to get to within 1. And what a way to do it. The clock never did run, and they got 5 quick points.
64-63. Oklahoma State's lead is down to 1. Harris in the backcourt, stripped to the ball by James. 3-on-1 for Texas. Underneath to Augustine. Shot blocked by Curry. JamesOn gets the rebound for Oklahoma State. Long pass down the floor to Mons. Feeds Boggan underneath. Mario fumbled it, got it back. Turnaround jumper is good.
What a big block by JamesOn Curry when it looked like they were going to take the lead.
Abrams attacks a goal, misses a layup underneath. Mario Boggan rebounds for the Cowboys with 1:47 left.
And you got Boggan and James, I think, exchanging some pleasantries. I'll tell you what, Mario Boggan might have had a bad game against Kansas, but in the last half, in the last 3 minutes, he has played like the man he is on both ends of the floor. 13 boards, 19 points, a big bucket on one end and a big rebound on the other.
And a chance to extend the Cowboy lead to 4 or 5 with these free throws. That's team foul number 7, so it's a 1-and-1 for Boggan. I'll be honest with you, partner. I'm not sure that David Mons did not get away with a walk in that sequence, finding Boggan in sort of that flurry of action on the last Cowboy basket.
You had a better look than I. All the coaches were in my way, and Boggan hits a big free throw to up the lead. Cowboys again trying to keep Texas at arm's length, so he might have. You had a better look at that one, but this would be good right here. Cowboys with a 4-point lead and go on the odd number here.
Doesn't matter anyway, as Boggan makes a free throw.
No matter what we thought.
Mario will get another. He shoots it and makes it.
Oh, man, those are 2 huge free throws. Now the Cowboys can do some damage defensively with a 5-point lead.
68-63, Oklahoma State. Augustine on the dribble, top of the key, defended by Curry. Hands it off to Durant. Takes Mons on the drive down the lane, running. Left-hand layup is good.
Well, how good is that, huh? Left-hander, big man, taking it right down the lane.
68-65, Oklahoma State. Harris down the right sideline with a dribble into the front court. Bounces it to Curry just beyond midcourt in the center of the floor. Minute 18 left. 68-65, Oklahoma State leads Texas. And OSU with the ball. Harris, a skip pass to Hatch on the left wing. Between the 2 circles to Curry, who dribbles up to the top of the key. Now 12 to shoot as he backs away with a dribble. J.O. dribbles up to the left wing. Left corner, Hatch for 3. Missed it strong. Offensive rebound, Mario Boggan drives, hands it off to Mons for the slam.
A great rebound by Boggan and right into Mons' hand. Tremendous effort by Boggan.
Augustine on the other end. Layup blocked out of bounds by the Cowboys. There's your OG&E power plays of the game. Boggan with the offensive rebound, a dunk by Mons, and a shot block out of bounds. Texas timeout with 52 seconds left.
And I tell you, Sean Sutton's back he's had a problem with his back coming into this game. He's probably got back spasms right now, as you could tell in front of the Cowboy bench, and he's getting some treatment from the medical staff. He had, lucky he could get out there today. He had fallen on the ice last night at our coach's show, and he was hurting all last night and again this morning. Actually kind of pulled himself through this day's activity, but it's his back. Again, I think probably some spasms. I'm not a doctor, but again, somebody with back problems, I understand what he's going through, and he's having a hard time standing up right now with that back problem, and he's going to take a seat. Coaches are trying to get him squared away, but right now, 52 seconds to go. He's going to have to take a seat. He doesn't want to leave the court. Cowboys need to hang on, and he says he's okay. We'll see if he can hang in there. But again, I'm guessing that's what it was. We'll find out later on in the post game.
Tom, that was scary.
It was, and now I'm hoping that's what it was. Let's put it that way. This has been a highly emotional ball game.
Texas will inbound. Augustine throws it into Abrams, left corner. He drives the left baseline, throws it to Durant, left wing for 3. It's good.
That's where he can score from. Again, you're never out of the ball game when it's in his hands. A 2-point game now.
70-68, Oklahoma State. Hatch runs the baseline, throws it into Harris. Down the floor, right side to Mons in the front court. Waits for Harris to come into the front court, throws it to him, to JamesOn Curry, just beyond midcourt, center of the floor. J.O. drives the right side, goes to the goal, throws up a wild shot, missed, got his own rebound, and brings the dribble back out between the 2 circles with 28 seconds left. The shot clock is off, and Curry is fouled just beyond midcourt. He'll go to the line for 1-and-1. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Cowboy Radio Network.
5 decades of commitment to OSU sports. Your flagship station for OSU sports since 1947. KSPI, Stillwater.
Tremendous effort by JamesOn Curry to go retrieve that floater that he didn't get and then take it out, waste time, and go to the free throw line after getting fouled. The Cowboys 8 of 12 and need these free throws here.
1-and-1 for Curry. Shoots it. Makes it.
Oh, yes.
3-point game. 71-68. Oklahoma State leads by 3. And Curry with 19 points on the night.
If he gets this one to go down, I think Sean will take a timeout to set the defense, so they're not running down the floor and trying to get a transition bucket in a hurry.
He missed it. Rebound tipped around. Mason comes up with it at the foul line, loses it, and Texas recovers it. 22 seconds left. 71-68 Oklahoma State. Augustine down the right sideline. Hands it off to Abrams. Back to Augustine, right corner. Pump fakes. Shoots for 3 and hits it. The game is tied at 71 with 13 seconds left. Cowboys inbound. Curry in the backcourt. 10 seconds. 9 seconds. J.O. heads toward the center of the floor with 6 seconds left. Defended by Augustine. 4 seconds. Curry lowers his head. Drives the lane. Throws up a 10-footer. Missed. Rebound knocked out of bounds. And the buzzer sounds. Will go to overtime. Tied at 71.
Oh, man. Oh, man. The Cowboys had that. Again, we talked about Augustine. Not much of a three-point guy, but I'll tell you, they played catch. He and Abrams back and forth, found Augustine in the corner, and they knocked it down. They lost the three-point shooter. And again, JamesOn Curry probably had a chance to take the man in and at least make a blow whistle on a drive. But Oklahoma State, with that three-point lead with 28 seconds to go, they had a 5-point lead just under a minute. See that evaporate with a pair of threes, one from Durant, one from Augustine, and we're in overtime at 71 all, reminiscent of that Pittsburgh game. The Cowboys won 2 overtimes in that one.
5 minutes on the scoreboard clock. We're tied at 71. Last year, the Cowboys went to 2 overtime games, lost both at home against Colorado and at Texas Tech. This year, OSU's 1-0 in extra session games with that double overtime thrilling victory over Pittsburgh in Oklahoma City just before Christmas.
And once again, you'd like to have guys like Eaton and Dove on the floor in the extension because they bring that experience and all the things that go into it. But let's see who's going to get it done here.
Texas wins the tip, and the Longhorns will have the ball to start the extra session. They'll work from left to right on your radio dial here in the overtime period. Augustine dribbling top of the key, left wing to Mason, defended by Tyler Hatch. Cross court, right wing Abrams. Abrams almost fell down with a dribble, keeps possession, continues to dribble, crosses over, hands it off on the left wing to Durant. Right side, James drives to the goal, throws up a wild shot. It's an air ball, rebounded by David Mons of Oklahoma State.
Almost looked like he slipped on that shot right there. Maybe on some moisture on the floor. Did not go up under balance. A big miss. And you can't afford many misses in an overtime. You got to take advantage of every possession.
JamesOn Curry on the dribble, right wing, guarded by Mason. Top of the key to Terrel Harris. Throws it inside to Boggan, and James fouled him. He was holding him as Mario had him sealed off. And James picks up the foul. It's a 1-and-1. That's only team foul number 9 against Texas. So Boggan will shoot 1-and-1 free throws. He's 5 of 8 at the line tonight.
Once again, 21 points, 14 boards, but trying to add to the point total. Un-Boggan-like, for sure, 5 of 8, but he'll get a chance to shoot a lot in this extension, I'm sure.
And he makes the first. The Cowboys go up 72-71.
We got unofficial confirmation of what I thought was Sean's back. That was a very scary moment there as he was trying to make his way back to the floor.
He looked like he's about to pass out, partner.
And again, I know what that's all about, having a bad back, but he seems to be back in operating condition now.
Boggan made the second free throw as well. It's 73-71, Oklahoma State. Augustine for Texas. Dribbles to the foul line right side. Top of the key to Durant. Takes Mons on the drive. Leaning 5-footer. Missed! Rebound slapped by Texas. Recovered in the corner. Long jumper by Mason is good. A three-pointer from the left corner. And Texas takes the lead 74-73.
Is that Ashley who actually knocked the ball away? Looked like the Cowboys. Boggan was in a position to come down with another rebound, and Ashley kept it alive.
Hatch catches in the front court for the Cowboys. A left-handed junior finds Curry just beyond midcourt, left sideline. 74-73 Texas in overtime. Curry pulls up right side, long jumper, good! A two-pointer for JamesOn Curry. Puts him over the 20-point mark. He has 21 points. 75-74 Oklahoma State by 1.
A little jab step, and here's Durant again.
For 3 on the left wing, it's good. 24 for Durant.
Give him space because he's just getting ready to turn the ball loose. A quick release from deep range.
77-75 Texas. 3:05 left in overtime. Curry on the dribble. Backs away top of the key. Now drives the right side. Right corner to Hatch. Hatch floats at top of the key to Curry. Pump fakes. Takes one dribble. Looks inside. Finds Harris left wing. Left low post to Boggan. Turns. Faces against Ashley. Now backs in. Leans in. 5-footer. Good.
Right up over Ashley. And again, Boggan knew who was guarding him. He just worked Ashley over.
Tied at 77. Texas has it. Mason, right corner to Augustine. Defended by Curry. Gets a screen to his left. Hands it off to Durant, who's had the hot hand. He drives on Mons. Attacks the goal. Whistle. Foul on the floor. on Oklahoma State.
Mons with a hole and a reach right there as Durant was headed by him. You know, it's a situation where you don't want to get up too close to him because he could drive by you. But if you give him space, again, he's shown that he could throw that 3 in. He's 3 for 9 out there. But again, you foul him, and it's almost money in the bank. He's on the line. He's 3 of 4 there tonight.
And he makes the first. It's Texas 78, Oklahoma State 77 with 2:33 left in overtime here in Stillwater.
And again, the Cowboys had that 5-point lead with just under a minute to go. And it evaporated in the face of a couple of threes. One for Durant, one from Augustine. And Augustine with just 13 seconds left in the game.
I believe Durant now has all 7 Texas points in the overtime. 78-77 Longhorns.
Mason, I think, ended up with a 3-pointer as well and actually knocked that rebound over to him.
You are correct. Durant makes the second. 79-77. Texas by 2. Cowboys inbound against full court pressure. Curry now has it in the backcourt. Picked up by Augustine. They want to double team. Curry trying to dribble away from the pressure. And they barely get it across the timeline before the 10-second count as Hatch catches it on the left side. Left baseline to Boggan. He's double teamed. Foul line to Mons. Throws it underneath the Hatch. One dribble layup blocked by Atchley. Tyler Hatch will be at the line to shoot 2. The double team on Boggan in the near corner left a man open, and the Cowboys worked it quickly around where they found Tyler Hatch open underneath the basket. Had he not taken the dribble and went straight up for the shot, he probably would have had a short jumper uncontested. But he took a dribble to get closer and drew the foul.
But you had the 6'9" Atchley coming at you, too. It could have just as easily been a block. So he took the safe route. Now he has a chance. How about this? Right off the bench, they have to hit free throws.
And he misses a first. A line drive that hits the back of the rim, and the score remains Texas 79, Oklahoma State 77.
You know, they double-teamed Boggan. They weren't going to let him get a shot off, but you would like for him to find JamesOn Curry in that situation because he would run to the opening spot.
Hatch missed the second. Rebound, David Mons, and the ball knocked away from Mons on the pass out of bounds right over Tom's head. Cowboys will get another chance down by 2.
Good secure, good retrieval by David Mons. Gives the Cowboys still yet another go at this to get back even or take the lead depending on what goes in.
2:11 left in overtime. Texas 79, Oklahoma State 77 from Gallagher-Iba Arena in Stillwater, Oklahoma. The Oklahoma State Cowboys with the basketball. Now 2 minutes left as Curry dribbles it between the 2 circles in the center of the floor. Picks it up. Left corner, Tyler Hatch. Finds Mons, foul line. Bounce pass underneath the Boggan. Layup. Partially blocked from behind. Rebounded to Terrel Harris. Fakes, goes up. Short jumper off the glass. No. Another rebound to Harris. One dribble, goes up. Jump hook, good.
How good was that? The Cowboys with 4 shots at the basket.
Tied at 79. A minute 37 left. Durant drives the left side, spins, running jump hook, no! Rebound tap to Curry at the foul line, one-on-one against Augustine. J.O. shakes, fakes, goes to the goal, layup, good!
That's what he should have done at the end of regulation. Get it one-on-one, put it across, cross it over and take it to the rim.
81-79 Oklahoma State. Augustine attacks the goal right side. Left corner, Abrams, long jumper. Missed a brick. Rebounded by Mario Boggan of Oklahoma State with a minute 10 left in overtime.
Now take your time. Get up here, get across the line, take a timeout, set up a play.
A minute 3 left. Cowboys 81. Texas 79. A minute 3 left in overtime. Mario Boggan has 25 points and 16 rebounds. He was the second leading scorer in the Big 12 coming in. The leading scorer in the conference, Kevin Durant, has made all kinds of big shots here at the end of regulation and in overtime. He has 26 points and 10 boards.
Well, it's your 2 big playmakers making plays when you need them to make them. That's what they're being counted upon to do game in and game out. David Mons has but 2 rebounds, and they've both been in this overtime period to enable the Cowboys to go back at it again. Curry with 9 in the guard spot. You know, Eaton was coming on from as well. Again, keep in mind, if you're just joining us, the Cowboys are doing this without Byron Eaton and Marcus Dove. Dove exited at 6:38 left, and Eaton with 2:20 to go. So plenty of time for Texas to take advantage. And right now, the Cowboys with a 2-point lead and the basketball with 1:03 to go in the game. 27 seconds on the shot clock. A good timeout by Sean Sutton to set up a play right here in front of the bench. The rebounds, Oklahoma State 45-39. Who's doing the damage? Boggan with 16. He may get a chance to approach 20 before it's over tonight. 9 for JamesOn Curry, 5 for Terrel Harris. Cowboys with 4 double-figure scorers. And the Carolina connection coming up big so far. 48 of the Cowboys' 81 points, thanks to Mario Boggan and JamesOn Curry.
Boggan, 16 rebounds. Top his career high of 13 that he's posted twice this year. And how about this? For the second time in consecutive games against the Texas Longhorns, JamesOn Curry has recorded a career high in rebounds. He had 9 in the 81-60 victory over Texas in this building last February. And tonight he follows up that performance against the Longhorns with a 23-point and 9-rebound effort.
Speaking of Kevin Durant, as we were, he has a double-double. That's just his 6th in a row, and the 11th time in 17 games that he has had a double-double. This guy's the real deal. And you would imagine, with good reason, that he will be handling the basketball, and it'll go through his hands the rest of this 1:03 left in overtime, because he is their money man. 9 of 23. It's taken him 23 shots to get 26 points. And that's about as good as you could do. But he's not finished. They've got some plays already designed for him to run. And for nothing else, Dave, to get him to the free throw line. He's only been there 6 times tonight, which, again, perhaps for him is not that good. He is 5 of 6 there. But you can be sure Abrams and Durant are going to have the basketball in their hands, along with Augustine the rest of the way. And that's maybe not good news for the Cowboys, but we'll find out how this goes here.
The Cowboys have been money in close games. Oklahoma State 6-1 in games decided by 4 points or less or in overtime. The only exception being the loss at Tennessee. A game played in Nashville, Tennessee, the week before Christmas. Last year, in contrast, the Cowboys were 3-9 in overtime games or games decided by 4 points or less. That's the difference in good season versus bad season.
Big throw in, and Tyler Hatch has got to make it here.
They throw it into Curry in the backcourt. Minute left. 81-79 Cowboys. Now they double team Curry near midcourt. He finds Harris in the front court on the left side near the sideline. Abrams picks him up. Terrel Harris backs away with a dribble, crosses over, draws a double team, left baseline to Hatch. Bounce past to Mons in the lane, back out to Curry with 7 to shoot between the 2 circles. He picks up his dribble, right corner to Hatch. Hatch penetrates down the lane, goes to the goal, shot block. Tyler gets his own rebound but can't get the shot off. The shot clock expires, and Texas will have the ball with Oklahoma State leading 81-79 and 36.4 seconds left in overtime.
That was a big possession right there. The Cowboys came up empty. Hatch had it 2 or 3 times, had a chance to shoot it, gave it up. JamesOn had it at the head of the key, gave it up. And again, Tyler probably had 2 opportunities to launch one, and one in close as it looked like he was driving to the rim, threw it back to Mons, who again threw the ball out. So the Cowboys had the ball within about 5 or 6 feet of the rim twice in that possession, but elected to throw it out and ended up with no shot. So now it falls back on the Cowboy defense again. They're up by 2, 36.4 to go, and obviously can't give up a 3 here in the final seconds. What a ball game.
Oh my gosh.
From start to finish. Those people, and I would guess, you're guessing maybe 12 and a half, maybe almost 13,000.
I think you're close.
And they have been rewarded, at least to this point, with a great ball game, not to mention the national television audience. But the people in orange here want to win. The Cowboys want a victory in the worst way. They're going to have to work hard. They're going to have to work it one more time. 36.4 seconds to go to try to go 2-1 in conference play and issue the first loss to the Longhorns as far as the Big 12 is concerned.
Mons, Harris, Curry, Hatch, and Boggan return to the floor for Oklahoma State.
Durant's the guy that wants to have the basketball, and they'll probably run a 2-man situation where either Durant's posted up with a chance to take it to the rim or turn around and square up and knock it down, or Abrams will be somewhere in the vicinity for him to throw to for the 3-point shot. They're going to have to go to the length of the court, so they don't have that half court to deal with. Cowboys going to pick them up early and make them work.
A 2-man game, much like you'd see in the NBA, folks. That can be the bread and butter for Texas when the Longhorns need it most. They have the basketball. Augustine dribbling it between the two circles. Foul line, Durant, turnaround jumper, good.
Durant just ran off a couple of screens, got the ball, rose up. We got an even game now. 25.5 seconds to go.
Tied at 81 in overtime. Harris dribbles into the front court. Left baseline, Boggan. Lob underneath to Mons for the slam.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Taking a chance with 15 to go.
Augustine attacks a goal on the other end. Layup good. We're tied at 83 with 12.9 seconds left.
That's what Augustine can do. Cowboys will have the ball, though. The last shot with a chance to win. 83 all. 12.9 left in the game. And we talked about the court being tilted. Boy, it didn't take them but 2 seconds to get the ball down there in operating range. And Augustine can really wheel and deal after the Mons slam on a great pass, perhaps a risky pass from Boggan at this point. At this juncture, they had that late, but it didn't last long. And Augustine evened it up with 12.9 to go. And the Cowboys have a chance with the ball to win it. Let's see what Sean Sutton's going to try to do. They're going to have to beat the pressure first. But you want to perhaps this time, again with JamesOn Curry, they're going to come after him, probably run at him, blast a little bit. But JamesOn can force the issue with the drive and maybe get to the free throw line with a foul and kind of win it from there. We'll see what happens. Because you know they're going to try to take Boggan away and take him out of the equation.
Texas would prefer that Tyler Hatch or David Mons try to make the game-winning shot, as you've got three good scorers out there for the Cowboys with Curry, Harris, and Boggan. We'll see how this all plays out here with 12.9 seconds left in overtime, tied at 83. Cowboys in the bound to the backcourt. They throw it into Boggan. 11 seconds. He draws defensive attention. Finds Curry. Bounces it back to Boggan. 6 seconds. Down the floor to Harris in the front court. 5 seconds. Possession in trouble. 3 seconds. Harris, right corner to Mons. Desperation shot at the buzzer. No. Mons missed the shot. Boggan tipped it in at the horn, but it came after the buzzer and will go to a second overtime, even at 83.
And you see what they did right there. They made Boggan work with the basketball. It was a throw into him, and it took the Cowboys almost had a backcourt violation by not getting it across the timeline. Once they did, though, Harris had it, but they weren't going to let Harris pick and choose who to throw it to, and they made the Cowboys use basically the entire 12.9 to get a shot off. It looked like for a second that Boggan might have had a tip in, but the lights went off. A good call by the official, and we're into that second overtime.
This is the first time since 1982-83 that an Oklahoma State team has been involved in 2 or more double overtime games.
Under Paul Hansen, I believe, those times, and we had one in Colorado, I think, for sure, and I can't remember the other one.
Missouri in the Big 8 tournament championship game, and then another win over Nebraska, as the Cowboys went 3-0 in those types of games during that season. The year the Cowboys won the Big 8 tournament with that thrilling victory over Missouri and Kansas City. OSU won the tip to start the overtime. They have the ball in the second overtime. Boggan foul line, pulls up, shot blocked, but a foul will be called on Damian James of Texas. That's his 5th. He's done.
Yeah, and James again was out there a little late on the rise. Again, Boggan up and over the hand of James, got hit on the wrist, and Mario Boggan, 7 of 10 from the free throw line, 25 points, 16 boards, has a chance to get the Cowboys on top here in the second OT.
Boggan has made his last 5 in a row, however. 25 points and 16 rebounds for Mario Boggan, a career high in rebounding. 5th double-double of the year. First foul shot, good.
Mario has, again, responded to the challenge. You got to go with the guys who have the experience, and unfortunately it gets put on your shoulders in situations like this.
And Boggan makes the second. 27 points for Mario Boggan. 85-83, Oklahoma State leads Texas in the second overtime, and a foul on the perimeter. Scott Thornley with the whistle.
Augustine forcing the issue off the bounce, and a push, and he'll go to the free throw line.
While Eaton and Dove have each fouled out for Oklahoma State, the good news is no one else has more than 3. David Mons with 3 fouls. Depending on who fouled out, heaven forbid that should happen. you could have a real personnel crisis for Oklahoma State should that occur. Augustine at the line for Texas, and he missed it. Off the front of the rim, no good. That's an 80% free throw shooter that misses a key foul shot here in the second overtime.
Just his third attempt of the night, and he has not made it. Steady parade to the charity strike the way he's used to doing.
And he makes the second. So 1 for 2. 4:29 left in double overtime. Oklahoma State with the ball and an 85-84 lead over Texas here in Gallagher-Iba Arena as the Longhorns go to their 2-3 zone. Mons right corner outside the arc to Hatch. Top of the key, JamesOn Curry. 19 to shoot. Whistle. Foul away from the ball on whom?
I think Ashley got caught pushing. Pushing on David Mons. So we're going to test David Mons' courage from the free throw line now. David is yet to go there, just 6 points. He's played a lot of minutes in both overtimes and the latter stages of the regulation.
Mons shooting 2 in the double bonus. 61% foul shooter on the year. He missed the first. Cowboys 13 out of 21 at the line. That's right around 62%, well below their 75% free throw shooting clip that they entered this game on, a percentage that led the Big 12 Conference coming in. Mons with another, makes it 1 for 2.
Got to get as many. If you can't want both of them, get one because you got to keep score.
86-84, Oklahoma State, 4:05 left. Texas with the ball. Augustine, the freshman point guard, defended by JamesOn Curry as he dribbles it between the two circles. Hands it off to Abrams. They switch defensively. Curry now defends him to Durant right side. To Ashley. Back to Durant right wing. 15 to shoot. Now guarded by Boggan. Takes it into the paint. Double clutch jumper from 5. Missed. Rebound David Mons of Oklahoma State.
That was a heck of an effort by Mario Boggan defensively. Durant tried everything. He went right, he went left. He tried to go off screens, and they stayed right with him and forced a tough shot.
86-84, Oklahoma State by 2. Curry spins, foul line, center of the floor. Left baseline to Boggan, guarded by Ashley. Boggan with advantage, shoots for 3, missed it short. Rebound Terrel Harris, top of the key, Curry. Fakes, now backs away with a dribble with 3:20 left to play.
Big retrieval by Terrel Harris on the short shot by Boggan.
Curry has scored 23 points, handling the basketball. Finds Boggan way outside left wing. He motions for Curry to come up. Now Boggan with a couple of dribbles, hands it off to Curry, finds Boggan left baseline, open 10-footer, missed it short. Rebound tipped, Boggan gets it back, powers to the goal. Layup, good, and a foul called. Count the basket for Mario Boggan.
You know what? He's going to get the bucket, Dave. And I don't know if it was Hatch. I don't know if it was Mons. But they kept that ball alive. Let's take a look. It kept it alive on the initial miss. It's up. It's off the rim. It looked like Mons did it and threw it back out to Boggan for the opportunity and the reverse lay-in. A big, big tip by David Mons.
88-84 Oklahoma State with 3:01 left in double overtime.
I would think again, if he makes this free throw, that Sean might go ahead and call a timeout and set the defense so they don't run down there and score again.
Boggan at the line for one shot. He rattled it in. 30 points for Mario Boggan. 3 minutes and 1 second left to play in double overtime, and Oklahoma State has its biggest lead since the end of regulation, 89-84 over Texas. I say the end of regulation, toward the end of regulation, but Texas with a flurry able to get the game into overtime. We're now in double overtime and the Cowboys up 5.
Yeah, they had a 5-point lead with 59 seconds to go in regulation. The Cowboys, again, fighting back the best they can. And again, Boggan carrying the mail. But there's no question about the fact that other people have helped Mario Boggan. And again, David Mons. These are things that may get lost at a box score, but that was a huge tip. How about the initial retrieval of Mons' first miss by Terrel Harris to kick it out and give him another go? These are the little things that win you ball games in tight situations, and that's what we got right now. Oklahoma State got them by 10 in the rebound department, 49-39. But the most important thing, they got them by 5 right now on the scoreboard. 3:01 to go. Still an eternity with a team that could shoot three-pointers. 30 points, 17 boards for Mario Boggan. And how long did we say all night long how un-Boggan-like from the free throw line? Well, this is much more Boggan-like. 10 of 13. He is 10 of 24 from the field. 30 points for him, 23 for Curry. So the Carolina connection was 53 of the 89. Terrel Harris, 6 big boards, 11 for Byron Eaton. It seems like an eternity since he played before he fouled out. But it's not over by any stretch of the imagination. The Cowboys got to get back and get it done defensively.
Texas will inbound in the backcourt. 3 minutes and a second left in double overtime. It's Oklahoma State 89, Texas 84. Augustine walks it into the front court. Picked up by JamesOn Curry. Throws it left wing to Mason. Mason defended by Tyler Hatch. Crosses over, drives the left side. Hands it off to Ashley. To Augustine between the two circles. 20 to shoot. Hands it to Durant. Crosses over, slips and falls. Knocks it to the right side to Augustine. Texas keeps possession. 13 to shoot. Augustine near midcourt, center of the floor. Drives the right side. Galloping 5-footer off the glass and in.
That's the only shot he had because the Cowboys switched defensively. Nobody else. They had taken everybody else out of the equation. Augustine with a bank shot.
Curry in the backcourt. Double team. Spins. Ball knocked away. Taken by Augustine of Texas. Right wing to Abrams. Fakes. Drives the right side. 10-footer off the glass. Missed. Tipped by Ashley. No. Gets the rebound again. Lost control going up. Missed. Gets another offensive rebound. But he's stripped by Mario Boggan. And the Cowboys have it. He hands it off to Curry in the backcourt. 89 to 86. Oklahoma State. Curry finds Harris just beyond the timeline in the front court. And the Cowboys will slow it up.
Hand-to-hand combat for about 3 opportunities underneath the basket. No whistle.
89-86 Oklahoma State. Cowboys lead by 3. Hatch left corner. This group of 5 has played the entire overtime sessions. Curry drives a lane, floating 5-footer. Missed an air ball. Rebounded by Abrams of Texas with 1:40 left. Down the right sideline to Durant. Back to Abrams, top of the key. And a whistle and a foul on the drive on Oklahoma State. Tom O'Neal with the foul call on Terrel Harris. That'll be his 3rd.
Hand check right there. And once again, that was probably not a good decision by Terrel. Just had his hand, and you stop the clock and let him creep back to within at least 1, depending on what Abrams does from the free throw line, where again tonight he is 5 of 5. Hadn't been there much, but he's been effective when he has arrived.
Shooting 2 in the double bonus, and he makes the first. It's 89 to 87 Oklahoma State.
Got to box out just in case he does miss one here. David Mons and Mario Boggan on the inside.
And he makes another. A.J. Abrams, 13 points, 1:36 left in double overtime. Oklahoma State 89, Texas 88. Hatch trying to inbound it in the backcourt. Finds Terrel Harris. Harris.
Got to move it.
Right hand dribble down the right sideline. Advances the ball into the front court. Now he'll set up the play for the Cowboys. 1:25 left, 25 to shoot. Harris continues to dribble between the two circles. Spins into the lane on the drive. Left wing Boggan. Long jumper. Good!
How about the work of Terrel Harris spinning around with the penetration, and he finally got it to Boggan with a wide open look.
A 2-point basket. Augustine splits defenders on the drive. He missed the layup. It rolled out. He gets his own rebound right corner. Top of the key right. Durant for 3. It's good, and we're tied at 91. Unbelievable.
Cowboys could not secure that missed shot. Couldn't get up there and rebound that ball, and it came right back out. Tyler Hatch had an opportunity, and again it ends up into the hands of the guy, the playmaker, the action maker. And Durant with 31 points now for the 4th time in 4 conference games. Actually, for 3 out of the 4. He had 28 against Oklahoma, but he was pulled out of the game. Probably would have had 30-plus in that game as well. But Durant has 31 now and nearing that average in conference play. Cowboys just cannot keep that lead. They had a 5-point lead with 3:01 to go. They had a 1-point lead with 1:36. Cowboys were up by 3 again with 1:17 to go. And then again, Durant delivers the mail from outside the arc, and we're tied again 91 all with 1:02 to go. And if you haven't had enough excitement, you've got 62 seconds to put up with this one here. Game still not decided.
Kevin Durant has made countless big plays for Texas at the end of regulation.
he seems unfazed by the way the game is going. He just plays. He doesn't seem to be intimidated or anything like that. So now it's a game, obviously, of possessions. You can't afford any empty ones here. You got to make the most of every opportunity, either from the floor or from the free throw line. And Tyler Hatch with the throw in once again.
Hatch, Curry, Harris, Boggan, and Mons on the floor. This has been the group on the floor since 2:20 was left in regulation. Inbounds from Hatch goes to Curry. 58 seconds left. Curry in the backcourt, chased, finds Hatch. Top of the key to David Mons. Back to Curry it goes. 51 seconds left in double overtime, and there's a 26-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Oklahoma State and Texas tied at 91. Cowboys have it. Boggan catches underneath. Throws it across the lane to Mons. Short jumper, good. Foul called. Count the basket. It was Tyler Hatch who got it underneath and banked it in.
Two great passes. One for Terrel Harris to Boggan on the block. A great angle pass. And then they came and sealed Boggan, and it was a handoff to Hatch, and he laid it in from the right side. And Tyler Hatch stepping up now with a chance to put the Cowboys up by 3.
Foul shot on the way. Spun out. Mario Boggan gets the rebound. Layup good. Scott Thornley with a whistle. Timeout, Oklahoma State.
Yeah, Sean called it. He knew it. He knew it. He knew it right there, but he couldn't anticipate that Boggan was going to get the follow shot to go in. Great effort by Boggan, but again, Hatch comes up with a big layup off a great feed from Mario Boggan. Again, he knew he was going to get a lot of attention, and he basically handed it to Hatch for the lay-in, and that's tough. I mean, Sean couldn't anticipate that he would have that ball underneath and be able to go back up under it, so the timeout was called by Scott Thornley. The right call. Cowboys up by 2, 41.2 to go in the second overtime, and I tell you, this has been one of the all-time greats. Hopefully, the Cowboys can hold on and win this one. Somebody's going to just be disheartened when this one's over, and hopefully it'll be those guys headed back to Austin.
93-91, Oklahoma State with a 2-point lead in double overtime with 41 seconds left. My view was blocked when Hatch caught it underneath. You could see that the double team had come, and Boggan might have an open teammate somewhere on the floor, and Hatch was a man that flashed open on the opposite post.
And keep in mind, the Cowboys sense that sometimes they can score off this inbounds play. Tough. He had a good timeout right there, because I thought Boggan was open just for a split second, but they covered him up, and Hatch made the right decision.
That's the Cowboys' last timeout. So now if they have trouble getting the ball in, they'll just have to throw it up there and chance it.
Yeah. But you got a chance to redraw something here. You just sure as heck don't want to just throw it up for grabs and try to make a connection and give the ball up on an inbounds play. Again, with a 2-point lead, if you get the ball in, that's how big a play this is. You get the ball in, you've got 35, a whole new shot clock. They're not going to let you run it down. So it is so important that you get the offense in gear on this throw-in, and they're going to give everything they can to take your outlets away. You've got to run and screen somebody to get open and then make them come foul you.
So the Cowboys will do it again. 41.2 seconds left. A 6-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Oklahoma State 93, Texas 91. Hatch inbounding left baseline underneath. Looking. Pass deflected, taken by Mons, top of the key. Cowboys caught a break. Mons with the ball waist high, has it poked away, but right to Terrel Harris on the left wing. Terrel dribbles away from trouble, takes it out near the midcourt stripe. 30 seconds left, 24 to shoot. Cowboys by 2 and with the ball. Harris picks up his dribble way outside left wing. Left low post to Boggan. Drives, right wing, Mons, double clutch 3, blocked. Rebounded by Texas. Outlet pass down the floor to Durant. Attacks the goal and slams it in to tie the game with 16 seconds left in double overtime.
Cowboys actually trying to find a spot, and I don't have the chance one more time to win it on the final possession.
Out of timeouts. Curry double teamed in the backcourt. 9 seconds left. Pass across the midcourt line to Mons, and we have a tie ball, and the possession arrow will favor Texas with 5 seconds left.
Well, that turned out to be a bit of disaster right there on the pressure on the throw-in. Cowboys did not get the ball advanced. Too much standing around trying to find an open target. And again, you can't hold it against that pressure. It's got to be in and out of your hands to a cutter to get the ball up the floor. They threw it to David Mons. Fortunate to get a connection there. He was tied up, And now the best the Cowboys can hope for is a miss and a third overtime, because we're tied at 93. And Texas has 5 seconds to go. 5 seconds to do something with it. Now, what do they got going? They got a chance to ISO Durant to take it to the rim. They could get Augustine to take it to the rim. They could get Abrams to shoot a 3 out of the corner. Those are their options, and the Cowboys are going to have to play great defense without fouling here with 5 seconds to go in the second overtime.
Tied at 93, and both teams are out of timeouts. Texas will inbound at midcourt on the opposite side of the floor, which is the left sideline, as they work from left to right. The Cowboys need a stop. Tied at 93. The Longhorns will throw it in. Mason will do it for Texas. He's defended by Hatch. Inbounds it to Durant. Left wing, 3 seconds. Durant, deep 3, left wing, off the back of the rim. No. Buzzer sounds. Ladies and gentlemen, let's play a triple overtime. Tied at 93.
And again, you knew what was going to happen. You were just at the mercy of Kevin Durant. That wasn't a very difficult play, but you knew Durant would end up with it. He had a wide open look, and he missed the shot. That's all the Cowboys could hope for. And we're into that third overtime right now, tied at 93. And
Texas will have Durant, Atchley, DJ Augustine, Justin Mason, and A.J. Abrams on the floor. Mons, Hatch, Boggan, Harris, and Curry on the floor for Oklahoma State. And as Tom said, that 5 has been on the floor since the 2:20 mark of regulation when Byron Eaton fouled out. Marcus Davis fouled out too.
Some guys getting some serious minutes right now.
Durant will jump center against David Mons as we'll start the third overtime. Thornley's tip in the air and controlled by Oklahoma State. This has really been something to watch. JamesOn Curry on the dribble, heads to the right wing, throws it to Hatch, top of the key to Boggan. One dribble, picks it up, right corner Hatch. Pump fakes, one dribble, finds Boggan, top of the key to Harris. Left corner Curry, one dribble, three-pointer, got it!
Nice job by Curry to get away from Mason, who lost him in the shuffle, and JamesOn did not waste any time in squaring it up and knock it down.
96-93, Oklahoma State by 3 in triple overtime. Augustine drives the left side, fakes, ducks under Curry, feeds the cutter Mason, finger roll layup, missed badly, and Mario Boggan rebounds for Oklahoma State.
That would be number 19 for Mario Boggan. Would I say he'd get close to 20? He's got a monster game going, but everybody's got to contribute from here on out. Every possession strong.
Harris drives the left side and is fouled going up for the shot. Terrel Harris, the best free throw shooter in the Big 12, will be at the free throw line to shoot 2.
That was a clear out for Terrel Harris on the side. He was the only man on the left side with the basketball. They had 2 defenders, and the play was made on the first move. Terrell put it on the floor, got by one man, and took it right at the chin of the other.
Harris shooting 2. 96-93 Oklahoma State. He makes the first. 97-93 Oklahoma State leads Texas with 4:05 left in triple overtime.
Now Hatch and JamesOn Curry, the guys back, to have to get back quickly.
Harris makes the second. Perfect at the line tonight, 4 out of 4. 98-93 Cowboys. Durant, right wing for Texas, defended by Boggan. Crosses over, drives the right side, double clutch jumper, missed. He tried to dunk in his own miss and was fouled. Kevin Durant will step to the free throw line for 2. Fouled by Terrel Harris. That's his 4th.
They list Kevin Durant at 6'9", but he has the ball skills and the ability to put it on the floor like a guy 6'1", 6'2". That's why people can't wait for him to get in the NBA. And he's got those types of moves. He's going to have to put some weight and get stronger, but this guy's the real deal.
But he misses the first free throw. Wow. 86% foul shooter for the season. 25 out of 27 in conference play coming in, and he misses for the second time in 7 tries tonight.
If he obliges, you better block somebody out.
He makes the second. But that keeps it a 2-possession game. Oklahoma State 98, Texas 94 with 3:52 left in triple overtime. Inbounds pass knocked away. It's loose, and it goes out of bounds off JamesOn Curry to the far sideline, and Texas will get it back.
Mario Boggan needs to get up in there and take that pass. I mean, that's too dangerous a pass under duress to throw into traffic. So that 5-point lead's down to 4 with a chance to even get it down further on this possession.
Texas spreads the floor offensively. Augustine dribbling it center of the floor just beyond the midcourt line. Defended by JamesOn Curry. Down to 21 to shoot. Right wing to Mason. Outside the arc. It's a screen to his left from Durant. Durant will relocate. Mons shadowing him defensively. Now Mason drives the left side. Takes it to the baseline. Guarded closely by Hatch. Back out to Augustine with 8 to shoot. Has it between the two circles. Drives the right side on Curry. Goes to the goal. Ball knocked away out of bounds by Oklahoma State. Texas will inbound right baseline underneath with 4 to shoot. And the fans thought it went off the knee of Augustine. Officials disagreed.
Quick hands of Terrel Harris.
Augustine will throw it in. Right baseline underneath. Looking. Inbounds to Mason. Right side. A desperation 3 is good from the right corner as the shot clock went off. Justin Mason knocks down the tray. It's a 1-point game. 98-97. Oklahoma State by 1.
That's with Hatch in his face. That was a rainbow that he found nothing but the bottom.
This has been a war. Oklahoma State with the ball. 98-97 Cowboys. 2:50 left in triple overtime.
They double teaming and doubling down on Boggan, making somebody else open here.
Boggan penetrates into the lane, stops, leaning 10-footer. Got it!
Up over 2 sets of hands. Mario Boggan with a step back in a big bucket.
100-97. Cowboys by 3. Durant for 3. Top of the key. Miss strong. Rebound. Cowboys all over the place. And Boggan comes up with it for the Cowboys. His 20th rebound. Outlet to Curry. Bounce pass to Harris in the front court. 2:22 left in triple overtime. 100-97. Oklahoma State.
Spread them out right here. Make them come to you. Spread them out. Get somebody a good open look and a man-on-man. Little space in here. They're coming at you on the trap.
Curry trapped. Finds Boggan left wing. 12 to shoot. Mario guarded by Ashley. Top of the key left to Curry. 8 to shoot. Curry backs away. Shoots for 3. Barely grazed the rim, and Augustine rebounds in the far corner. Cowboys up 3, but Texas with the ball. Augustine left wing. Pulls up for 3. Miss strong. Ashley with the offensive rebound for the Longhorns. He'll shoot for 3 left corner, and he makes it.
You gotta be kidding me. Ashley, a 3-pointer after securing the rebound. 1:42 to go. We're tied.
Just his 8th 3-point basket of the year. Connor Ashley ties the game at 100 with 1:33 left in triple overtime. Curry handling the ball between the two circles. These two teams are exhausted,
yeah,
folks.
They are. This
exhausted.
These personnel groupings out here are really tired.
And an errant pass made by Harris, knocked away out of bounds by Ashley. Cowboys were saved there. Goes out of bounds right in front of us to Oklahoma State with 13 to shoot and 1:20 left in triple overtime.
Got to be able to get the ball in bounds, and here we go. Curry doesn't have much time to get something done.
Curry dribbles down the right side, tries to attack the goal, a collision, and a blocking foul called on Texas. JamesOn Curry will be at the line for 2 as Mason picked up the foul.
And again, forcing the issue off the dribble. That's what JamesOn needs to do. Cowboys running out of people, running out of time, and running out of options again. So they got to get yourself to the free throw line, get a little rest while that clock is stopped. And JamesOn Curry with 26 points, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, with a chance to get himself close to 30 as well.
This is like a heavyweight prize fight with 2 world-class boxers just beating the living tar out of each other for 15 rounds. That's what this game has been like. Not that it's been physical, but 2 teams excellent in many facets, just going at it for 40 minutes and 3 OTs.
I mean, both teams have had opportunities to kind of roll it up and mail it in, but neither team wants to do that. That shows you the competitiveness of both squads.
And Curry makes the first of his 2 foul shots.
These teams have really gotten after each other. And you could tell from the opening 3 or 4 minutes of the game it was going to be that way. They haven't given any quarter. I think the biggest lead has been 7 all night long. And both teams have just kind of stayed right with each other, made big answer baskets, under pressure, under duress, and that's why we're in this 3rd overtime, and the Cowboys with a 1-point lead trying to make it 2 here.
101-100. Curry has 27 points. 1:16 left in triple overtime. J.O. another foul shot. Makes it. 102-100. Oklahoma State leads Texas with 1:10 left in triple overtime.
Oh, man, a stop would look good right here.
Augustine dribbling it just beyond midcourt. They clear the right side for him. Defended by Curry. Crosses over. Spins. Kicks it right wing to Abrams for three. Missed it short. David Mon skies for the rebound for Oklahoma State.
A wide open look, and they made a two-man game there. It was going to be either Augustine on the drive and a pitch out. Abrams wide open. Couldn't get it to go. Clock running. Cowboys up by 2 with the ball.
21-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. 40 seconds left in triple overtime. 19 to shoot as Curry beats the dribble into the ground just beyond midcourt, center of the floor. To Hatch, back to Curry between the two circles, 11 to shoot. Curry hesitates, dribbles up to the foul line right side, left side Boggan, 5 to shoot. Left low post to Harris, splits defender, shoots a 5-footer, missed it short. Actually rebounds for Texas with 21 seconds left. Oklahoma State leads by 2. We're in triple overtime and a timeout Texas with 18.6 seconds left in triple overtime. The Texas Longhorns will have the ball with Oklahoma State leading 102-100.
So easy to see from here, but JamesOn Curry had Mario Boggan wide open on the left wing, or right here by us, but he was under pressure, couldn't get the ball to him. When he finally did, they were able to close out on Boggan. It was a weaker pass than we're usually used to seeing. So then Boggan had to get it up, and he had Terrel Harris posted up down low. But again, he was going against bigger men. And James Dickey say, you know, I thought there was some contact on that play. We did not get the call, didn't get the whistle. They got the rebound, and now they have a chance to either tie it or take the lead here with 18.6. They'll have the final go. So it looks like the Cowboys probably either going to win it or we go to another you're going to win it here by 2, or they may go for the win right here with a guy like Durant. We'll see what the Cowboys give them.
Texas has no timeouts left. The Cowboys have 1 to use. Oklahoma State 102, Texas 100 in triple overtime. We went to overtime tied at 71, to the second overtime tied at 83, and to this third overtime even at 93.
Now it comes down to defense, as it always does. A stop, a rebound. Mario Boggan, 34 points, 20 rebounds. 21 would look good right here on a miss. 28 points, 9 boards for JamesOn Curry. Number 10 would look good here. They've turned the ball over 19 times, which is 4 over their average. Number 20 would look good right here, as we keep begging for some favorable statistics. But it still comes down to these guys mustering up enough courage, enough energy to get through 18.6 seconds. And you know they're coming at you with their best. It's either going to be Durant from outside, it's going to be Augustine on the drive to get to the free throw line, or it's going to be Abrams, one or the other. They got so much that they could do. And once again, you got Mason, who could clean up the garbage and put in a follow shot. Just because you stop the first one doesn't mean it's over. As Eddie Sutton said so many times, it's usually the second one in a situation like this that'll get you. So here we go. 18.6 left in the third overtime.
Mason will inbound it in front of the Texas bench. 18.6 seconds left in triple overtime. Oklahoma State 102, Texas 100. Texas inbounded. They throw it into Augustine. Dribbles into the front court, guarded by Curry. Hands it off to Abrams, right wing. He takes it to the basket, running 5-footer, air ball. Rebound, Durant, follow good. Foul called. Count the basket for Kevin Durant. If he makes this free throw, Texas will have the lead with 10.5 seconds left.
And what did we say? It's not the first, it's the second. And that's what happened. They forced the shot, the errant shot by Abrams. Nobody had Durant boxed out on the left side. And Sean's trying to get this time out here to kind of freeze the freshman a little bit, but that's what happened. They forced the miss shot, and there was Durant to clean it up. It would have been better just to let him go probably and get the bucket, and at the very worst you'd be tied. But now Durant has a chance to put his club on top by 1 with 10.5 to go in the third overtime.
Mons fouled him. That's his fourth. 10.5 seconds left in triple overtime. We're tied at 102. Kevin Durant with a chance to complete the old-fashioned three-point play and give Texas a lead. The Cowboys are out of timeouts, so whatever happens here, they will not have a chance to stop the clock after this free throw, whether it's a make or a miss.
Yeah, right now, if it goes in, you have to be thinking rush the ball up the floor. And the Cowboys are going to have to settle for whatever shot's open with 10.5 to go. But right now, their biggest situation is, and again, Durant's only missed 2. But the fact is, if he would have missed this third one here, and the Cowboys do not secure the miss, that's what's going through your mind right now. You can't take every step all at once. The first step here is to find out what Durant does here from the free throw line. If he misses, then you got to find a way to get the retrieval.
Durant trying to give Texas a lead, tied at 102. One free throw with 10.5 seconds left in triple overtime. Students waving their hands behind the basket, trying to distract him. He shoots it, and he makes it. 103-102, Texas by 1. 10.5 seconds left. Oklahoma State trying to inbound. Inbounds to Boggan near sideline. Mario takes it into the front court behind the back on the dribble. 7 seconds. Boggan stops. Long jumper left side. Good! With 3 seconds left. Texas throws it in to Augustine. Cowboys by 1. Abrams double clutches, and he's called for traveling with 0.2 seconds left, and the Cowboys will have it.
What a ball game. Mario Boggan. Get up off the floor, Sean Sutton saying. It's still a ball game. 0.2 on the floor on the clock. Mario Boggan drains a 15-footer under duress, under stress, and made it look easy. They got the travel call. All they got to do is throw it in right now, and the ball game will be Oklahoma State.
105-103, Oklahoma State.
Woo! Mercy. And there it is. Ball game. What a ball game. In the 30 years I've been doing this, this goes pretty close to the top. A courageous effort. Mario Boggan, 37 points, 20 rebounds. None bigger than his last shot with 0-0-3 on the clock in the third overtime. What a battle. Two teams that refuse to lose.